Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight, that's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Greencastle for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Garin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari, and any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Garin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN,
where you're always in the game.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the McAnally Center on the campus of Greencastle High School as we bring you high school girls basketball right here on IndianaSRN. Tonight, it's the Tiger Cubs at 0-6, the Vikings of West Vigo at 5-2. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by the Morales Group, also by Bertner Electric, IUPUI Sports Management, Piper Logistics, as well as Reynolds Farm Equipment. Troy Daragowski along with the coach Keith Myers, and Greencastle coming in looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-6. Meanwhile, West Vigo's on a hot streak. They won their last 5. They come in at 5-2. Coach, we have a doubleheader tonight. First one, we'll see how the girls do. Greencastle still trying to find their footing under their first-year head coach, Doug Greenlee, and against a team that's right now playing very well in West Vigo.
Well, it's very fitting that the JV broadcast team gets to do the first game, so we get the B team. And then the A team, Jimmy Cook and Jarrett Lewis will be doing the boys game. And then you're back tomorrow night, back in this seat. You got the doubleheader tomorrow, so kind of neat. one of 9 games that are on the network this weekend on IndianaSRN.
Yeah.
We are very, very busy, and we are very, very blessed. And what a facility. The last time I was here, Sweet 16, Gary Catholic beats Greencastle with Joseph Pavilla going off 18 of 18 of three-point baskets. And that's and when Coach talked to me today, he goes, "Sorry you saw that, Bess." No, Coach, you're fine. But they're stacked. When we walked in this afternoon, it's like, what can we do? How can we help you? Is there anything you need from us? And they're excited to have Greencastle Athletics on IndianaSRN.
And they should be, because I tell you what, there's no doubt about it. When you get into a stage like this, a lot of people want to see what you're all about, and they're going to find out tonight what Greencastle is all about here tonight. Well, let's start first off. We'll talk a little bit about Greencastle coming up in a couple of moments. Jonathan Kirchhoff is the head coach at West Vigo. Now, they lost their first 2 games. They really didn't get their offense rolling. Scored only 22 and a loss to Edgewood. They lose to Shakamak by 5, only scored 30, but then they come back against Terre Haute South, a 4A team, and they scored 62, and they've been on a roll ever since, including a big double overtime win against Clay City, and they've got some players who can really play.
Yeah, well, the bad thing is that one of his starters are sick tonight, and he goes, I don't know what 7, 8, 9 looks like, because all I've done is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Challenging time. If you notice, they already have 7 games in on their schedule, Troy.
Yeah.
One of the things that we talked about last night, Sean and I, at the Covenant Green, Covenant Christian already had 10 games in. They're almost halfway through their season, and it's not even Christmas break yet.
Wow.
When they get back from Christmas break, they only play 4 games before sectional. So the girls' season seems to be rushed through things as we started last year. We started late October. I think the first game was October 31st. This year we waited until November 3rd to play.
Yeah.
So, a lot of girls say, well, that's not fair, but that's just nature of the beast. The boys open some of the boys' games and maybe played 2 or 3 games already, but it's high school. When we walked in, you smell the popcorn.
Yeah.
Our producer is eating his 3rd cheeseburger. Our camera guy had his 9th hot dog. I mean, they're all set. What we got 2 granola bars.
And a bottle of water.
And a bottle of water. So you know who Doug Greenlee likes. He likes the production guys.
He does, and he should, because they do a great job.
They do.
And you're right about the atmosphere here. If you've never been in this gymnasium, and I know you're going to see the floor, but you don't see everything that Greencastle has to offer here for their student athletes and for the fans as well. I can tell you right now, it's probably one of the best venues when you talk about high school basketball in the state of Indiana.
One of the things I love is, because we're an affiliate of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, when it comes time for regionals, we always ask for this region. Doug has always been kind to us. This is a great place to watch a game and then go hospitality and then go back and come back and watch a night game, and we're looking forward to it. And again, the hospitality from the superintendent all the way through tonight has been outstanding. Looking forward to a really good game. The Vikings, as we talk about this game, scoring is at a must in this game.
Yeah.
Both teams do not shoot the ball very well. They don't score very well, and that's why my magic number tonight is 30. Yeah. I think whoever gets the 30 might win this game, and you're going to say, ooh, that's going to be ugly. I think you're going to see a lot of good defensive play.
Well, last year, if you look at these 2 teams and you're looking at what Greencastle did, they only shot 20%. So on their home floor, they didn't shoot very well last year. They got to find a way to get some easy baskets tonight, but stop a West Vigo team that, again, has won 5 in a row. And you start winning basketball, you start to believe in yourself. All of a sudden, those baskets come a little bit easier.
I coached this for a long time, and you know how I coached. And the thing is if you have your kids that are struggling, but all of a sudden they get the stroke, then you tell them stop shooting because you want to have some extra.
Yeah.
So it'd be very interesting how they come out tonight.
Well, the other thing before we take a break is this Greencastle team, they lost at Crawfordsville by 14. They did score their highest of the season at 44 points, so just maybe they're starting to catch a little bit of a break on the offensive side. We'll come back with more in the pregame as we continue. This is high school basketball right here on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
There you see as Greencastle has made their way back out on the floor tonight. Great to have you with us for high school basketball. As Keith mentioned a couple of moments ago, we have a bevy of games, and only tonight the doubleheader here. We have a ton of games coming up tomorrow. Make sure you check out IndianaSRN.org for that complete schedule, and it begins tomorrow afternoon.
Also follow us on Twitter tonight at IndianaSRN. If you're a Greencastle fan, tweet us. Let us know you're watching. If you got a viewing party, let us know. We'll get a shout out. The dominant color in this gym is purple.
Purple.
My wife picked out a
blue.
Yes. You have your IndianaSRN purple on.
I do. Your wife messed up.
I
You
guess
have a little bit right there, though.
Well, I got a little bit of purple. She also, I got my hair cut today.
Did you?
I knew it was going to be on TV, and then I realized that we're not going to have a talent cam tonight, and I was a little kind of disappointed.
You wanted those long locks staying there. You shaved it all off.
WWF, baby.
You got it.
All the way.
Very true.
I love the Tiger Cub on the floor. How about that?
I love it. I mean, I love everything they've done here. That floor is like the floor you really want to play on and see, and the fans enjoy it as well. Greencastle, as we mentioned, at 0-6. They're going to go tonight with Reagan Chavez, a 5'6 senior, Anna Zellers, a 5'7 senior, Evelyn Briones is a 5'4 sophomore, Stephanie Morales, a 6' junior, and Emma Hunter, a 5'6 junior. She wears number 40. On the other side, Nene Holman will go tonight. She's just a freshman wearing number 11. Adeline Harris, number 20. Kenzie Knopp is number 22. Macy Easton, a senior forward, number 25. And Caitlin Fennell, keep an eye on her tonight. She leads the team in scoring, a junior. She wears number 33, and she's had some big games already this year. 25 points against Clay City. She had a double-double in one of their other wins against Terre Haute South, and they've got some players that can score, so they've got good balance coming in.
Yeah, and you look at their schedule, and it's not an easy cakewalk right now. You know, Terre Haute's a pretty good ball club. Clay City does very, very well in 1A, so it's not a cakewalk in this schedule they have.
We'll take a timeout as we continue. More coming up in a couple of moments. The tip-off right around the corner. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
The Indiana High School Athletic Association, we remind you that sportsmanship and the objective.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is. And that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
I'll do that disclaimer if you want me to. Coming out. Back at Greencastle High School, I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Troy Darengowski, Keith Myers with you. First of 2 games tonight. We'll have the boys game coming up when we finish this one here this evening. Coach, let's talk about keys to this one. You're at home tonight. You're Greencastle. You did get some points on the board your last time out. We know you got to shoot better than you did a year ago. So what do they got to do tonight against this West Vigo team?
You got to take the open shots. You cannot be afraid to shoot the ball. So you got to find the open girl and then shoot the open shot. Then you got to follow through. If there's a long rebound, grab the rebound, put it back up. You got to play defense. Got to play defense with your feet, not with your hands. Get in foul trouble. That means more free throws. That means you're in trouble. If this game is close, I think Greencastle's fans will push them to the top here. I tell you what I love about this atmosphere and being live is when your public address announcer probably doesn't do any all day, and then he can scream and yell, because my monitor in my ear right now hears him, hears you, and he's a lot louder than you are.
Well, getting the crowd fired up here tonight for high school basketball as Greencastle, as we mentioned, losing their last contest on the road in Crawfordsville after they played in a tournament November 19th and 20th. They came back, went to Crawfordsville, lost that one 58-44. But Greencastle, over the last 7 games, they've won 6 of those 7, so they've won the series against West Vigo. Meanwhile, on the other side, as we mentioned, West Vigo coming in, averaging just 41 points per game, but they did win again against South Vermilion, 42-35, a double overtime contest on the road at Clay City, in which they won that one 52-49. They're 2-0 on the road this season, so the Lady Vikings have really played well over their last 5 games. You see right there the Tiger Cubs being introduced here tonight. They'll be the home team, as you would expect, in the white jerseys, and of course, on the other side, the Vikings will be in their dark uniforms, and we're ready to get started.
What I like very much is the chest bump, the side bump, the elbow bump, and the little shimmy. Just the lineup itself was just hilarious to see how the girls' game has just caught up with the boys' game. And I think the girls are a little bit more clever on their little routines.
They have a little more imagination, don't they?
Well, I think they do.
All right, here we go.
Walking in this afternoon, you listen to the music they listen to, you would be motivated.
Tip will be one. It'll be Greencastle basketball to open things up. Good look there at Briones, who will work the point. We are just underway. Great to have you with us. Morales on the move down low as her shot blocked, getting a piece of that one. Macy Easton, so the first attempt by the Tiger Cubs for naught. Good look at Fennell.
Man-to-man defense for Greencastle.
First possession here by West Vigo. And they'll be very deliberate offensively in the half court as you get a look there at Fennell. Leading score. Ball double team down low. Turnover by West Vigo. First turnover of the ball game. And we'll head the other way. Just about a minute into this one. That's Chavez at the top. And you'll see that West Vigo opening up man-to-man. The drive into the lane, the kick out, the 3 by Briones is good.
How about scoring 3 right away?
Yeah, you got to like that. Second possession down. They found the open shot, very patient on the offense. Here's Fennell once again. The junior leads the team in scoring. And the bounce pass out front now to Harris. They, too, being very patient offensively as Holman, the freshman, controls it out front on the left wing. And once again, we'll see Knopp with a basketball. Here's Holman. Entry pass knocked away. Second turnover by West Vigo. And we'll head the other way. Great opportunity here for the Lady Vikings, or I should say the Tiger Cubs with a basketball. The drive and a block shot. Second block as Macy Easton has 2 block shots early.
You might want to shot fake that and get her off her feet and then shoot the ball. See what happens there next time down the floor.
So it'll be Vikings basketball. 3-0 coming up on the 6-minute mark in the opening period of play. That is Holman driving in the lane. The bounce pass and a whistle and a foul. It will be on the floor in her first foul of the ball game.
That personal foul charge to Greencastle, number 14.
See who they're going to go with. It's going to be number 14. Briones picking up the foul. That is her first. And we'll take it out underneath the basket. Still looking for their first points. The entry is stolen away. Bad pass. Turnover. We go the other way. A lot of contact. No whistle on the shot there by Chavez. The rebound put back no as well. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go over to West Vigo.
That sign tells me that the officials are going to let them play a little bit underneath the basket tonight.
Oh.
Love it.
West Vigo. That's Fennell across the timeline behind the back dribble. Now picks it up. We'll find Holman. Another near turnover. They've had 3 already, and it is a turnover. Back the other way we go. Contact, no whistle. Hunter misses the shot. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back over to the Vikings, and, boy, they are letting them play.
Yeah. Here's the first 3 of the night. Look at this. I got it. Here, give me the ball. Here, give me. Okay, I'm going to look here. And then she's right there. Nice job.
Wide open. Vikings basketball. We're almost 5 minutes into this one. There's the bucket. First basket good. The shot made there by Harris. And so Harris gets the first 2 points on the board for West Vigo. Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Good look at Zellers. Zellers on the right elbow. Good cover there defensively by Holman.
Did she want to pop that one, though?
She did. Yeah, and Holman got at her quickly. This is Zellers with the basketball. Out on the high post to Chavez. Skip pass, left wing, three-pointer Briones, air ball, rebounded by Hunter, and Hunter brings it back out on the wing.
She will guarantee to tell you that was a pass, Troy.
I would. Shot fake, Chavez drives, and she thought that was going to be the case where somebody be there on the wing, and they turn it over. So a turnover by the Tiger Cubs there first. And coming into the ballgame now, Morgan Griffin for West Vigo. She is a sophomore wearing number 32. Checks in for the first time tonight. Fennell will give it off now to Griffin. Almost losing the basketball again. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch there by Chavez. Boy, West Vigo just kind of having the thumbs here early.
Look, you come into this place in the atmosphere that you walked into. I can understand that nerves a little bit.
Driving the lane, shots off the mark there by Fennell, and the rebound by Fennell. Ball loose out front, picked up now by Holman, who drives baseline, and now gives it off into the hands of Harris for 3. That's no good. Rebounded. We head the other way. Here's Hunter. Lead pass will find Chavez and lays it in. Chavez with her first 2. Tiger Cubs lead at 5-2 at the halfway point.
You know, in the past games, they brought that back out to set up the offense. That time they went and attacked the basket. Maybe that's the key of success tonight.
Fennell brings the ball up the floor. Good look at Holman. And now top of the key to Harris. Harris on the left wing, dribble drive, contact. Going to the floor is Easton, and the foul will be called, I believe, on number 40, Emma Hunter.
Number 40, Emma Hunter.
Did you see the keen senses I have in knowing the foul was on Hunter?
You referee 120 games a year. You know. I used to have your schedule.
I hear you. You kind of pick those things up as you go.
Nice young legs you have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Harris across the timeline, terminates the dribble, top of the key, looking for an opening. Good defense there by the Tiger Cubs. 3:28 to go here in the opening period of play. Off the high screen, Easton gives it off now to Holman. Holman crossover back to the right hand, and then we'll feed it off to Harris. Gets the screen. Back once again to Holman, drives baseline, looks opposite, as Macy Easton had nothing there. Nice entry pass and a foul called. We'll go to the free throw line, and Emma Hunter just picked up her second.
You, too, can be an official of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. They're always looking for officials. If you'd like to be an official, contact the ISHAA office. Contact Sandra Walters and say, hey, I want to be part of the officiating crew. Get involved, get some money, and be part of the game.
Free throw is no good there by Harris.
That's ISHAA.org. greencastle.org/officials.
You get free water, you get Gatorade, and they give you towels to dry off when you're getting sweaty and all that stuff when you go to these games. It's great stuff.
And the best thing is you get yelled at, and you're not, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, at least half of the people don't like you. The second free throw is good.
People always loved me, Troy.
I know they did.
They just asked me to leave.
Quickly.
25 years of it. Loved it.
5-3 your score. Low scoring as we would expect in this first period of play. Tiger Cubs basketball, the entry pass as Maddie Plew has come into the ball game, a 6'1 sophomore now for the Tiger Cubs, and they turn it over.
And I think Plew will probably give them a jump start a little bit. She's a pretty good athlete.
The drive, the kick, thought about the three as Knopp gives it off once again to Harris, and on the right wing to Holman. Holman spins, looking for an opening. Nearly lost it, picked up there by Harris. And Harris, now at the top, will reset the offense. Nothing there. Not a whole lot of continuity to the offense at this point. The entry pass, another turnover. That's 4 turnovers now by the Vikings. Back the other way we go. Here's Chavez. Baseline pass will find Plew, and they'll work it out on the left wing now to Zellers. Zellers drives and will reset it. Coming up on 2 minutes. Well, neither offense looking really sharp. We had that early three by Briones, and since then it's been kind of a struggle.
And if you missed my magic number tonight, it was 30.
And right now we're right on pace to hit 20, at least by one team.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Here's Plew. Nothing there. We'll stay in the half court at 1:44 in the opening period of play.
Though, if you're Greencastle, you're happy with this.
Yeah.
You're playing well. You're not scoring many points, but you're playing well, and you're holding on to the ball to possession.
High post, that is Plew. Ball loose on the floor. It'll be a jump ball, and it will go over to the Vikings. Third turnover of the night now by the Tiger Cubs.
I like that the ball got on the floor. Both of them went after it. They didn't worry about their nails. They just went after it. Good job, ladies. This is a great – I'm telling you what, these conference games and these little rural games are really aggressive play.
And we saw that earlier. Let these young ladies play. Yeah, they've let them do it so far. Here's Holman. Holman loses it. Good hands by Briones. Almost got the steal. As Fennell, who right now is scoreless in this ball game, the drive and a whistle and a foul, and that will put Macy Easton at the line.
Macy did a nice job. Drop step, took the ball to the hole. What I would like to see her do more is put the ball on the glass.
Plew picks up the foul. That's her first, and you get a look there at Macy Easton at the line for the first time. Misses that one badly. Change here in the lineup now for the Tiger Cubs. We'll see Audrey Brennan come in, a 5'4 senior.
Saw the move there. I think if she used the backboard, Troy, it might have went in for her.
Second free throw is up and good. 1 of 2, 2 of 4 on the night as a team for the Vikings, and it's a 5-4 lead. 60 seconds now remaining here in the first period. Entry pass. This will find Chavez. A little bit out of her area there in that high post, so she gets rid of it. Now it'll be Zellers. Zellers gets cut off on the double team. Somebody got lost on defense, and that was Knopp there for the Vikings.
Offensively, they're standing around. You need a move. I think they're trying to run a motion here. And now they're going to go. This is high-low. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, you're going double screen on both sides. Yep. So give it off now to Zellers at the elbow.
I think he's going to wait and go for one shot here.
Well, he's run it down to 23 seconds. As you see the Tiger Cubs working it in the half court. There's a near steal by Fennell, getting hands all over the ball handler, no whistle. On the drive is Chavez. Will find Plew, and then the ball goes out of bounds. And we are going to stay right here, but a good deflection there for the Lady Vikings.
Great no call by the official. He could have called a foul there because there was a push, but because the ball went out of bounds, he just put it back in play. Great call. Good officiating right there.
The entry pass down low, 6 seconds on the clock. The ball goes out of bounds. They'll say it was blocked as Chavez can't get it to go.
I think that's the third or fourth block of the night.
Yeah, she's on the other end. They've done a nice job. Probably Fennell getting a hand on the basketball. We're down to 2.1 and a traveling call off the pass, and that'll be the fourth turnover now by Greencastle. 2.1. You have to get a shot off real quick right here, as you have to go 3/4 of the court. Are they going to pay attention to the clock? They do not, and time runs out in the opening period of play. We'll take a timeout. Greencastle 5, West Vigo 4. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Hey, tonight's game brought to you in part by IUPUI Sports Management. When you're managing the business side of sports, you're always a major player in the game. Their graduates work in crucial and demanding positions at sports organizations and venues, managing arenas and stadiums and handling publicity for their favorite teams. They also develop the marketing plan for innovative sports products. Contact them at iupui.edu/sports management. All right, 5-4. Second period of play, it'll be Tiger Cubs basketball. Leading the way, Briones with 3, Chavez with 2. And on the Vikings side, 3 by Harris, a single point by Easton. And we are underway in our second 8 minutes of play. That's Emma Hunter with the basketball, bouncing out front to Chavez. Now we'll give it off to Morales. Each team staying in the man-to-man. Lead pass out front, Briones. Will go high post now to Chavez, and once again, here's Briones. There is nowhere to go right now for the Tiger Cubs.
What I really like, though, is the triple threat that each girl has the ball, because they're ready to move. Oh, that's a good backdoor pass. Oh, you got to shoot that ball.
Here's Briones for 3, her second three-pointer of the night.
Okay, I'll take the three-pointer instead of the 2. I'll be quiet.
Well, they knew, and thing is, on that offense, they looked for that one other time, and there was nobody there. This time, somebody got into the position to score the points. Here's Harris, who will bring it across the timeline. 1 minute in here in this second period of play. The drive, as Fennell has been scoreless so far, has not gotten into the offense at this point. Here's Harris, back to Fennell. Here's Holman on the drive with the right hand, tried to pass it off. Yes, good steal and a takeaway. 5 turnovers now for the Vikings.
And I will tell you, Coach Greenlee sees things he likes that his girls have done more this game than the last 6 games.
With the basketball is Morales. Here's a 3 by Zeller's got the nice roll. 2 straight threes by the Tiger Cubs, their biggest lead now 11-4.
Now you got to play defense with your feet, not with your hands.
And they picked up full court. As Holman lost the handle, we'll find Knopp. Knopp up the right sideline. Contact there by Chavez. Ball goes on the floor, and we have a jump ball. It will stay right here, but the Vikings will lose the possession arrow.
How about the aggressive play? Much better.
You're going to have to learn how to play it at some point, and if you can play it, you're certainly going to benefit in the tournament because they'll let a lot more things go.
Oh, yeah.
Vikings basketball, good look here at Easton. Easton will find Knopp. Driving baseline is Harris. Shot up and good. 25 Easton gets the bucket. Her first basket, she has 3. And it's now 11-6. Entry pass to the high post. The drive by Chavez. And that's going to be a traveling call against Chavez. 5th turnover now by the Tiger Cubs. And into the ball game for Greencastle is Maddie Plew. More fans starting to file in there. You see the replay here. Wide open. This is the 3 moments ago by Briones. Gets her feet set and hits the big bucket. Here is Fennell. Driving, hands off on the left wing. Shot on the way from the corner is no good as Easton can't get it to go. And an offensive rebound here for the Vikings.
Baronis thought she had the ball, and she forgot to take the ball with her.
So far, this very much a half-court ball game both ways. Neither team has been able to get out and run even if they want to. The opportunities haven't been there. As the Vikings continue in their motion offense as we are now coming up on the 5-minute mark. A 6-2 run, if it is a run, by Greencastle right here. And falling to the floor, that looked like a trip to me. I think I would have blown that whistle as that was Easton going to the floor, and that'll be a turnover.
I think the volleyball line rose up a little bit. I'm not sure. My eyes might be playing tricks on me.
Well, I'll tell you what, the head coach for West Vigo's like, hey, wait a minute.
Did she trip her? Not intentionally, Coach.
Yeah, so we only look at the intention.
That's right.
Briones, entry pass. Chavez, shot fake, drives, and a block shot again at the other end.
That's number 5 on the night for the block shots.
This time Easton. So Kaylin Fennell.
As our good friend Bill Ledwood would say, get it out of here.
Get it out of here. 11-6, 4:34 to go. Good look here now as the Lady Vikings with a basketball. Here's Knopp. Ball stolen away. Briones with the steal. She'll go to the other end and miss it off the front of the rim. Ball battled for, goes out of bounds, and it will go back over to the Vikings.
Real quick to think that, finish that thought. Our prayers and thoughts are with you, Bill. We love you, and get well soon. Like to see you back in the studio or back on the court real soon. Just get well.
4:17 baseball pass as they release a player on the run, no on the shot. And a golden opportunity right there for Knopp, and she missed the layup.
How about 2 missed layups on both teams?
Back the other way we go. Here's a 3 from the right side. No good. As missing that one is Emma Hunter.
Not afraid to shoot the ball, is she?
Now they've attempted several threes, and 3 have been made so far, 2 by Briones. We stay at 11-6. Fennell again so far has not scored tonight, and she's put up some big numbers against some teams already this year. Here's Easton. On the right wing, nothing available there. We'll bounce it out front into the hands of Fennell. Each time down the floor, the Vikings have used some time off the clock, but nothing happening offensively. The official blows the whistle, and I believe we've got a 30-second timeout right here by West Vigo. We're going to keep it right here, and we've got the boys game coming up next. Don't forget about that.
And doubleheader tomorrow here at Greencastle as Indian Creek comes in. 6 and 7:30 start, I do believe, tomorrow night as well. And a slew of games for you. Covenant Christian Cecina. Guerin Catholic plays Covenant Christian girls. Guerin Catholic plays Hamilton Heights boys. The University High takes on Greenwood boys. A slew of games for you. And then next week, I did some figuring. Next week, we did 13 this week.
Okay.
Next week, we only do 17. The week before Christmas, 18
you're
games.
slacking off.
Yeah, we're slacking off. Just 18.
That's a way to do it.
Christmas week, though, vacation. Now, if you would like us to call a tournament or the Wabash Valley tournament, we're more than happy to do that.
That's right.
Contact us. Let us know.
I'm free. I'm not going anywhere
I'm
for
not
Christmas.
either. Coach at IndianaSRN, I'll be happy to do all 24 games.
All right, after the timeout, West Vigo trying to get their offense rolling. Only 6 points here in the first half so far. Here's a shot straight away. Banked it, no good, as Easton got the offensive rebound, put back twice and scored.
Determination. Easton has 5.
And she leads the team in scoring, 5 of the 8. We're under the 3-minute mark. Here's Chavez, and that'll be a traveling call on the shot fake by Briones.
Got to shoot the ball. You don't need the shot fake there. Just shoot the ball.
Coming into the lineup, Allie Dobbs, a 5'5 freshman. Well, they always say in basketball, for some players, the hardest thing to do is either decide to dribble, pass, or shoot, and they got to make up their mind really quick.
Now, I can say this now because Jarrett Lewis isn't here, but I guarantee you he had no problem shooting the ball.
He was like the black hole that went to him and never came out,
He
right?
never thought he should pass the ball.
Well, he didn't lead the state in assists, that's for sure. Shot missed inside by Easton, and the rebound coming away with it, Briones. Here's Briones up the sideline, ridden hard there by Holman, and again they let him play through it.
You know, our producer was a great baseball player. I'm sure he didn't pass the ball either. When he got the ball, he wanted to throw it.
That's what I hear.
He was a good batter too.
Really?
Yeah, he batted probably 227, 228.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Couldn't hit the curveball.
No.
Man, the fastball, pooh, out of the ballpark.
So you didn't see many fastballs in.
He batted 320.
320.
Wow.
Look at that.
He's bragging now.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining, still a 3-point lead. The entry pass, and that's 8 turnovers now for West Vigo. And calling a timeout will be Greencastle. And it'll be a full timeout. We will take a timeout as well. 11-8 your score. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Back here at Greencastle High School, Troy Darengowski along with the coach Keith Myers, and having a little fun tonight as these two teams trying to find their offense here in the first half.
The game, if you are new to IndianaSRN, a lot of our guys have done this game, have played this game, have officiated this game. We're all about the kids, and it's all about having a good time.
Yeah.
So I hope you sit back and enjoy this big-time doubleheader because you're going to have a lot of fun with us tonight.
That's what it's all about, and you get a chance to watch some high school basketball anywhere in the world absolutely free. So Greencastle gets the timeout, thinking about the shot there from 3. Briones decided to pass it up as we're under the 140 mark here in the second quarter. They'll work it on the right wing. Here's Hunter. Hunter stops. Bounce pass will find Chavez. Back outside. Here's Briones for 3. This time, no. Battle for the rebound. Taken away. Good hustle there by Chavez.
She just took the ball right away from her. Nice job.
Yeah, great job getting that offensive rebound and another possession here for Greencastle.
And Greenlee would not be afraid to hold this ball to get their last shot. I'm convinced he wants the best shot they possibly could get.
High post here is Chavez. Nothing. Back outside. 3 on the way. Good by Hunter. Well, they got the good shot, didn't they?
There are 4 3-pointers in this ball game.
And only 5 baskets made totally by Greencastle.
Can't beat that at all. That's pretty good odds right there.
6-point lead as you see Harris with a basketball now for West Vigo. They're trying to win their 6th in a row, but right now the Tiger Cubs giving them everything they want. Here is the shot on the way. Rims in and out as Knott can't get it to go. Offensive rebound put back good by Easton.
Easton is playing very well, keeping them in the ball game.
They got to find a way to get Caitlin Fennell going on offense.
Yeah, she's their leading scorer.
Yeah, and if she's not going to score tonight, they're going to have other players step up as we're down to 17 seconds. Now I can pretty much guarantee they'll play for the final shot. Briones.
Double post wing.
They went opposite. Shot missed by Zellers. Ball goes out of bounds, and the official says we'll stay right here, so the Tiger Cubs will get another shot at it.
Watch the backdoor screen here.
Clue is back in. Here's a little more size underneath if they try to throw it into the middle in the lob pass. A lot of times they'll do that. The screen will get it. 4 seconds to go. The drive here by Zellers, and they'll wave it off, and a foul called. We haven't seen, that's the first foul, if I'm not mistaken, tonight on West Vigo. They'll get Holman on the foul. That is the first foul of the night.
How about a total of 5 fouls tonight in the whole entire game?
That's why this first half is going as quickly as it is. And she got to get a shot off. They do.
Oh!
And yes, and they
Does it count?
I don't think she got it off in
Oh,
time, and they counted it. So Briones hits her third three at the buzzer, though it looked like it wasn't good from this standpoint. The official said, yes, we head to the locker room. Greencastle 17, West Vigo 10. We'll come back with a halftime report coming up in a moment. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back live at Greencastle High School. You see the big G in the middle of the floor. You see the Tiger Cubs on the scoreboard. On the scoreboard, it's 17-10 Greencastle. With us now is Todd Stevens. He is Greencastle Graphic, and he's the sports guy that writes all kinds of sports report, and you cover Greencastle.
Yeah, and we cover all of Putnam County, all 4 Putnam County schools. We try to give equal balance to all of them, and it's an exciting time of the year around here. People are starting to get excited.
And people are kind of excited. IndianaSRN has moved in and now doing some games, doing a lot of games for Greencastle, and not only for Greencastle, for the county. And there's a buzz about that.
Yeah, and I kind of noticed it because I cover a lot of the football games also, and seeing you guys out and about. And it's just great to see coverage to this area.
Yeah, Putnam County has been a while that someone really has dominated, taking over that, and we see that. And there's a lot of great athletes that you get to cover day in and day out in the Putnam County area.
Yeah, and, you know, with us being halfway in between Terre Haute and Indianapolis, we kind of get lost in the shuffle every once in a while, and we definitely try to do our part on the newspaper side to cover everybody from the local side, but it's great to get some outside coverage in.
Talk a little bit about your responsibility. How many games do you see a year? Because I'll tell you how many games we do a year. How many games do you do a year? And you must love it, or you wouldn't be doing it.
Well, I did. Once my daughters graduated and got done playing, then I had free time and I could start to help out. And it was just so happened I was talking with the sports editor at the time. I'm like, if you ever need help, let me know. And it wasn't a few days after my daughter graduated
that they needed help.
Come on. So we've got 3 of us that cover the 4 Putnam County schools. We have our sports editor and 2 of our stringers where we just cover games. And this is where it gets busy now that the boys and girls are started together.
Typical night, you cover a boy and a girls game, or do you just cover just the B game and the varsity game? How does that usually work for you?
Well, on Friday nights within the WIC, it's boy-girl doubleheader once you get into conference action. Other nights you'll be covering strictly a boys game or a girls game. But
talk a little bit about the first half. This Greencastle game, the team has played really well. This is the best they have played in the last 6 games.
Yeah, and defensively, they're actually a pretty solid team defensively. They've just been struggling to score points throughout the year, and some big three-pointers, 4 of them that quarter for the Tiger Cubs, kind of got them going, and their defense has caused 7 turnovers. So,
when you shot the ball, 4 three-pointers in the second quarter, 1 in the first quarter, so you shot 5 three-pointers in the game, and you made all 5, and a field goal pretty well balanced. So if we go back with IndianaSRN and with the coverage that you have, a lot of people follow a lot of these schools. Tell me, the Putnam County tournament, how important is that to this tournament, to this county?
It's huge. I mean, to everybody. Everybody's got their rivals kind of within the county, but everyone wants, there's the traveling trophy for both the boys and the girls that's up for grabs, and they want control of either the bucket or the paddle.
And this year, for the first time, IndianaSRN will be broadcasting the boys semifinals and finals. We're pretty excited about that. I think this place will be rocking.
Oh, when this gym is full, the McAnally Center is just such a great facility. I felt very lucky moving into this community from Illinois, and it's like, wow, there's colleges that don't have facilities like this.
Yep. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you spending some time with us. I'm sure we'll see you throughout the whole entire year. You're welcome to join us anytime at halftime.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. That's Todd Stevens. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got a lot more for you. It's halftime. It's 17-10 Center Greencastle.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. Our schedule for tomorrow, we'll run it down for you. Doubleheader here at Greencastle, Indian Creek, and boys and girl doubleheader, 6:30 and 8 o'clock start. Covenant Christian takes on Cecina. That is at 7:30. Hamilton Heights and Guerin Catholic boys at 7:30 start. Guerin Catholic and Covenant Christian, that's a 7 o'clock start, girls game. And University taking on Greenwood Christian on tomorrow night at 7:30. Tuesday night, Covenant Christian takes on Heritage Christian. Washington takes on Chittard, girl and boy game. And then on Thursday, Shortridge takes on Traders Point girls at 6 o'clock. Greenwood Christian takes on Covenant Christian for a boys varsity game at 7:30. And then Friday night, a week from tonight, boy, you can't miss this doubleheader. Chittard Heritage Christian, boy-girl doubleheader. And Stop Putman, Greencastle. What a ball game that will be, because that is a battle that is fun, and you had that ball game. I bet you've already done some pre-work on it.
Take a look ahead, yes.
Let me tell you, South Putman, Greencastle, there won't be a seat in this place.
Well, I heard your guest talk a little bit about the atmosphere, and when you come into this building, the first thing that catches your eye is just how dynamic it is from just that standpoint. High school basketball in the state of Indiana is one of the reasons I moved here 32 years ago, is I wanted to do high school basketball in the state of Indiana. You don't see gyms like this out in Colorado and Wyoming because they just don't draw the way they do here. It's such a love for the game, boys, girls, no matter what the case is, and it's a great place to play. So
it is. We're 60 seconds away from the tip. We'll take our last break. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this.
We are back at the McAnally Center on the campus of Greencastle High School. Yeah, 17-10 after the first 2 quarters of play. Boy, Greencastle, they're shooting the 3 well, but you know that old saying, you live and die by the 3. Do they have to keep doing the same thing in the second half and keep shooting the 3s because they've had a lot of success so far?
I really tell you, in my strategy of coaching, and I was thinking about this in that 2 or 3 minutes that we had, if I'm Doug Greenlee, I'm just telling them continue to run the offense, continue to run the clock. If they foul us and we get in free throw shooting contests, maybe we can win this game. But you got to keep playing.
Yeah.
You can't stop playing because it takes 2 halves to win a basketball game.
All right, it will be Greencastle basketball to open up this second half. We'll see what adjustments are made by both coaches and teams. And an early turnover, that's number 8. Each team with 8 turnovers in the ball game here tonight.
And that will make you go bald.
Quickly.
Yes.
Here's Fennell across the timeline. They're probably talking about getting her involved in the offense. She drives in the paint. Ball loose, and we have a jump ball right here. Possession arrow will stay with the Vikings, but they lose that arrow. They now have 9 turnovers here tonight. Just underway here in the third. We mentioned Fennell has not scored here tonight. Their leading scorer for the Vikings. Off the inbound, shot on the way, and I just said Fennell, and she just scored. Her first 2 points of the night.
And she did not look to pass the ball that time like she has previously. She's looked to score. Coach probably got under her ear and said, you got to score.
Yeah, Coach Kirchhoff knows that your leading scorer's got to get some points on the board if you're going to win a game like this. Here is Zellers out front, back in the half court here for the Tiger Cubs. A minute into this third quarter. The entry pass intended for Morales, able to grab it away and then lay it in. Morales with her first 2. Back to a 7-point lead. Now for the Tiger Cubs, looking for their first win of the year. Fennell gets the high screen. On the right wing now to Knopp. Knopp stops at the elbow. Bounce pass out front to Harris, who puts it on the floor. Gets by the defender and gives it up once again to Caitlin Fennell. Fennell listed as a guard, loses the basketball. Loose into the front court now. Players going after the basketball, and we do have a jump ball here. And it will stay here with the Tiger Cubs.
What I love is your players yelling at you, it's me. And she goes, no.
Well, you can't trust anybody.
That's
because
exactly right.
You know, when you're going for the basketball, bottom line is you just go after it.
Coach told me to hang on to this.
That's
thing.
right. So Tiger Cubs basketball, well, there's still a 7-point lead. Entry on the high post to Chavez. Drives baseline, gets cut off there. Wisely gets it back on the right wing to Briones. Back once again to Chavez, shoots the ball, misses from inside the 3-point line. Loose basketball on the floor on the rebound, and the jump ball will go back over to the Vikings. So now the Tiger Cubs in lost possessions and turnovers now at 10. We're at 9 on the night for the Vikings, and they have the basketball trying to cut into that 7-point deficit. Fennell with the basketball out in the high post. And they'll work it down in the left corner to Holman. With the ball now is Harris. Back to Holman. Drives, feeds out to Fennell. Good ball movement on the left wing to Harris. Again, there's Holman. Drives, lost it. Stays in possession with Harris. And then she turns it over on the pass. That'll be number 10. So Greencastle back with it once again. Here's Zellers. High screen put on there by Chavez. Chavez will get it back from Zellers. Ball tipped and picked up there by Hunter on the right wing. 5:30 to go.
She did a nice job posting up. She just went the wrong way.
Another turnover. Back the other way. We don't run offense tonight, but they did this time, and the shot just went in. That was Knopp who got it to go over the top of the rim, her first 2 points.
That thing took 3 seconds to take off the rim.
So now it's a 5-point lead as we come up on the 5-minute mark. Hunter spins, gets the high screen there by Chavez, and then Chavez receives. She, too, will get the screen by Zellers, and we have a whistle and a foul call against Harris of the Vikings. That is only the second foul of the night called totally. Here's the replay. Watch how long this hangs up there. Now, I know this is slow-mo right here.
1,000, 2,000.
It took a while. So Greencastle will throw it away on the inbound as the possession goes back over to the Vikings.
Finishing that thought, that's how my shots always went in. It just rolled and rolled.
Well, because you had touch. See, players like you had touch, you could put it there.
I had no touch because they never went in.
Oh, they rolled off.
Yeah.
I see. So we go back the other way. Vikings, 5-point lead, or I should say 5-point deficit, and a traveling call there on the Vikings. That will be their 12th turnover of the night. 2 unforced errors, one there by the Tiger Cubs, and then the Vikings repay it.
I played better defense on the bench guarding the water than I did on the basketball.
I heard that.
Yeah.
But you did it well.
Coach loved me.
Here's Hunter. 17 feet away, will feed it out to Zellers, gets the high screen there by Chavez, picks up her dribble, bounce pass to Morales, and then gets tied up. A jump ball is stepping in there was Holman, and we will have the possession arrow in favor of the Tiger Cubs.
If you're a young lady at home or a young boy at home and playing basketball, put that ball up over your head.
And be strong.
Yes.
Entry pass, ball loose, another turnover there for the Tiger Cubs. Back the other way on the layup is good by Knopp, and the lead is now down to 3. Here come the Vikings.
And the Knops has 4 points on the night.
And we're coming up on the halfway mark of this third quarter. Another turnover by the Tiger Cubs. Back the other way we go. Vikings on the attack. Here's the pass on the wing, shot on the way, no good by Harris, and a rebound pulled down by the Tiger Cubs. That was Zellers. Lead pass will find Chavez. Ball loose on the baseline. There's Hunter able to pick it up with the left hand off the glass, and good as Hunter gets the points. And we've got a timeout here by the Tiger Cubs. And we wait and see. This is going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Don't forget to listen to IndianaSRN and Christmas music 24/7. I don't know if you've been listening to it, but it's good stuff.
Well, I was waiting for your song to come on because, we talked about that in my last game. That maybe
Jingle Bells.
Yeah, you were singing in the one game I did Cameron.
I worked with Sean last night and he muted my mic after I sang a couple of bars. But music 24/7, Christmas music from now till January 3rd. Check it out, IndianaSRN. Click on 24/7 music, and it's right there for you.
'Tis the season indeed, and tonight these two teams have been giving. You look at the Tiger Cubs, they've 14 turnovers and 12 on the other side for the Vikings.
That's a good point. I like that.
You like that? You can use that next time.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll write that down. You don't have it copyrighted.
No.
I'll give it to Jared. He needs material for tonight's game.
All right, sounds good. Boys game following this one.
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Vikings made a little bit of a run, and after that big bucket by Hunter, it's back to 5 as we come up on 3:40 to go. Entry pass down low. Shot is short as Easton can't get it to go. The rebound put back good by Fennell. No take that's going to be Easton. Easton now with 9, back to a 3-point lead. This is Zellers. Bring it across the timeline. They'll reset it out front. As Brennan has entered the ball game now for the Tiger Cubs. Here's the drive by Briones, has been quiet in the second half, had 9 points in the first half. Brennan on the drive with the left hand. Ball almost stolen away again. Here is Zellers off the drive, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, no. And that's going to put Matty Plew at the line for 2.
I tell you what, Plew rushed that shot, but did the right thing of putting it up under the cup.
So Fennell gets the foul, her first. We'll go to the free throw line as mentioned. Matty Plew there for the first time tonight. This is the first trip to the free throw line tonight for the Tiger Cubs. All their points have come from the field. And that one is good. She'll get another. Take a look at this. See, nice drive. Nice rebound. Got the ball up high off the attempt as well. Second free throw by Plew. That one is no good. And the rebound there by Easton. Pushing it is Holman. Holman saw the defense there. Goes back out now to Easton, and they'll reset it now. Fennell out front. Fennell trying to get the screen. Does so. Drives. Basket good, and she's fouled. And that's exactly what the Vikings need here tonight.
What a sweet move.
Plew picked up the foul. That's her second. And a chance for the three-point play right here for the Vikings and cut that deficit down to 1. So you have a player that leads your team in scoring, scoreless in the first half, coming alive here in the second half. She now has 5, and we have a 1-point ball game.
And now if you're Greencastle, every possession counts here.
Briones on the left wing as Chavez gives it up. Once again out front into the hands of Zellers. The entry pass is shot. Hunter might have had it partially blocked. It caroms outside here as Briones for 3. Misses this one. Rebound in the corner by Zellers, and another possession here by Greencastle. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining now here in the third. This is the closest that West Vigo's been since early in the ball game. They'll reset it out front. Good look at Zellers, the senior. Here's a shot on the way. That one is missed. And another offensive rebound. Here's a 3 on the way. No good by Zellers. This time it'll be rebounded. The Vikings come away with it. Stepping in there was Easton.
4 times down the floor. Just could not finish.
Here's Fennell on the drive. Holman receives on the left wing, brings it, and it'll be Harris at the top.
Fennell is at the 3-point mark on the weak side. Watch the back door here.
Good look at Knopp out front. Stopped off the double team. Feeds it now to Easton at the elbow. The defender falls down. Easton will find Holman driving. Shot is short, and a foul called against the Tiger Cubs. They're going to get Briones for number 2. And we're going to go to the free throw line. Holman there for the first time has not scored tonight. And this will be a 2-shot foul. First one bounces off the rim, and she'll get one more at a minute 24. Here's another look at the foul. Look at the defender going down. Nice move. As you see the shot short, so we now stand at, again, a 1-point deficit here for West Vigo. Chance to tie it right here. Second free throw way short. The rebound, Briones. So the Vikings unable to tie the ball game as Briones brings it across the timeline, picks up her dribble. Here's Chavez driving with the right hand, and a foul call. By the way, that's Avery Lisecki, who is listed at number 24 in the program, is actually wearing number 23 tonight.
Well, why did she do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe she likes the Michael Jordan.
Maybe. Well, I bet you she doesn't even know who Michael Jordan is.
Maybe her dad told her about it. There's a turnover. That's number 15 tonight. And then ball still loose. We have a turnover each way. Back again to the Tiger Cubs. The drive contact, no whistle as Zellers had a lot of contact right there. And we'll go back the other way.
They're letting them play.
Under a minute, they are. Here's Fennell with the basketball. She has come a little bit more scoring-minded here in the third quarter. And will they play for one? Can they hold it for another 40 seconds? Crossover left-hand Fennell on the drive. Holman now receives in the paint. We'll go to Easton on the right wing. Easton, nothing there. Back to Lisecki out front. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up, and wait a minute. It looks like we have a foul call as the turnover. It was picked up by Hunter, and a foul call against the Vikings. Unless they just say it was a turnover there. They may just said that was a traveling call. Nope. It will be Lisecki, yep.
Now you got to go down to one shot here again.
So now 14 turnovers by the Vikings as well, and we will play for one. Unless the Tiger Cubs give up the basketball, they'll have the lead going into the fourth quarter. Briones with a shot on the way. That'll be a 2-point basket.
I got her for 11.
She does have 11, 24-21, 3 seconds remaining. They'll have to hurry. Here's the shot on the way off the backboard by Easton, and that will end the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Greencastle on top by 3. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We are back at the McAnally Center here on the campus of Greencastle High School. It has become a ball game here in the fourth.
Oh, I was concentrating on Jingle Bells. I'm sorry. Yeah, I will tell you this: the crowd is beginning to filter in a little bit, and the Jarrett Lewis and Jimmy Cook has the boys game. You're in for a treat there, but yeah, what a ball game! Very exciting. You know, if you're Greencastle, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Now you have to finish.
Yeah,
you've not won a game yet. Now everything gets really kind of
tight.
What do we do, Coach? How do we do this, Coach? Or do we do this, Coach? Yeah, it would be interesting.
Yeah, you got to learn how to win, and Greencastle is 0-6, so they got to find a way to do it here in the fourth quarter. It will be Viking basketball. Will Fennell continue to score as she did? She had 5 points in the quarter. The drive by Fennell, the shot is missed, and the rebound. Here's Briones out on the run for the Tiger Cubs, and Emma Hunter a little bit slow to get up on the other end. Briones will find Hunter. Hunter driving double team, shot short, might have been partially blocked, coming away with it Easton, and back over to the Vikings.
How about that?
So now Vikings a little careless with the basketball. 15th turnover. Here's Briones back the other way. We'll find an open Chavez for three. That's off the mark. Ball loose on the floor, and finally picked up there by Easton for the Vikings. Pressure in the backcourt as Stephanie Morales trying to apply the pressure herself, and bringing it up the floor is Fennell in the corner. Three-pointer good by Knopp. She has 7, and that is their first three-pointer of the night. It's back to a 1-point lead. Briones will find Hunter. Straight away Zeller. And Zellers will drive the basketball with the left hand, and she traveled with it. And right now the Tiger Cubs with 16 turnovers.
You know, you look at 16 turnovers and you look at 24 points and you go, I'd rather have that about 7 with about 35 points.
Yeah, you would like that 12-point lead, but unfortunately, reality setting in that the turnovers may cost you here tonight. Harris with the basketball. Holman drives on the baseline, goes out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to stay with the Vikings, as returning to the lineup will be Maddie Plew, the sophomore at 6'1", for Greencastle.
Jimmy Cook just walked into the gymnasium, got signing his autographs with everybody gathering around him.
Well, he's
so
away.
popular.
Yeah, but he shoot him away is what he
so
does. Get away.
Yeah, it's that radio show in the morning.
It is. Vikings unable to score at the other end of the floor. Here's the drive as we go back the other way. Zellers, nothing there to Plew. And we have a whistle before the shot. And now we have a player
down on the floor.
That is going to be Knopp, who just hit the three at the other end, and she's going to come out of the ball game. Lasecki will be back in. Looks like a little bit of maybe a sprained ankle there for Knopp. You hate to see her leave the ball game, especially when you just hit a three, and a big three indeed.
We'll see. The trainer will take a look at her. We get a report before the game. We'll pass that along to you.
Tiger Cubs, and we've got a timeout called here by the Vikings. We wait and see. This is going to be a 30-second timeout. Nope, they're going to see it as a full timeout instead. We'll take a timeout as well. Greencastle leading it by 1. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
High school basketball right here on Indiana SRN. Following this game, we'll have our post game, and then you want to hang around as we'll have the boys game coming up about 20 minutes after we're done here tonight, as we have a doubleheader here this evening. And, of course, Coach mentioned all the games coming up tomorrow on a Saturday. If you're around town doing whatever you're doing, make sure you tune in and really support the high school kids
Why
today.
watch the Big Ten championship games when you can watch 6 high school basketball games?
I
mean, it's Michigan.
Well, that's true, yeah. I was downtown earlier
I
today.
bet you were.
Oh, there's some Michigan fans in town.
Yes, sir.
And I was yelling, yes, go blue. So here we go. Following the timeout, a 1-point ball game. Tiger Cubs trying to hold on to get their first win of the year. Briones will hand it off now to Zellers.
You can send your hate mail to Troy Derigowski at IndianaSRN.
Could be a national championship coming up very soon. In the corner, Briones had it partially blocked, ball loose on the floor, and picked up there by Harris. Chance to take the lead. There was a travel, no whistle. Jump ball as 2 players going for it. This will go back over to the Tiger Cubs, and that'll be a turnover there for the Vikings. You know, there was nobody happier last Saturday than yours truly when Michigan finally beat Ohio State. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, and our chaplain, Toby Reiser, would like to talk to you after the game.
Tiger Cubs basketball holding on to a 1-point lead. Here's Hunter. Bring it back out front, set it up. By the way, Briones hasn't scored in the second half. Shot missed by Hunter from 3, and probably a shot they'd like to have back right there. So now it will go to Fennell. Fennell across the timeline, top of the key, driving to the right hand. Scoop shot up, no good. Offensive rebound put back, no. We'll go to the line as Easton gets fouled, and a chance now for the Vikings to take the lead.
How about how both teams very deliberate on the half-court side of the court?
Boy, and some big offensive rebounds, and you look right there at Easton picking up another offensive board. Foul was called on number 40, Hunter, her third, and the free throw is no good. Well, we did some boys games in the last couple of weeks, and the free throw was just not good at all.
No.
It cost a couple of teams a game. Second free throw's on the way, and got this one, so Easton ties it.
They're 4 of 10.
And if my math is correct, that's 40%.
That's
pretty
impressive.
good, huh? It is. That's why I went to school.
I understand.
Out top here to Chavez. Drives with the left hand, ball loose, and almost another turnover for the Tiger Cubs. Now it'll be Zellers. Zellers working at the top of the key. We'll switch it now back to Chavez around the perimeter. Here's Plough. Missed it badly. Knew she didn't really shoot the shot that they wanted. She kind of looked at the bench, and they were saying, get back on defense. Fennell across the timeline uses that right hand. Fennell stops, looking to get rid of it. Does so to Holman. Holman will drive, and they're going to get her for the travel. That is now 17 turnovers by the Vikings.
Got to put the ball on the floor first before you take the step.
So we're still at 24 all, and so far the guru himself said the first one to 30 pretty much going to win this ball game, and you're on schedule.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's why you get the big dollars.
I'm telling you, if I hit it, I will never work another game this year. I'll turn in the other 60 games I'm working.
On the drive and the kickback, here's Briones. Nothing there. Quick ball movement. Good job to get it to Zellers.
Speaking of games, IndianaSRN will have 17 games.
There is the three-pointer by Hunter. And a big three it was, and Tiger Cubs lead it by 3.
17 big games of Greencastle High School basketball on the airwaves this year on IndianaSRN. We're excited about having them.
This is going to be a 2, I believe. They say, yep, she was on the line, so Fennell, a 2-point bucket. She has 7. So 27-26. As Zellers with the basketball will give it off now to Hunter. Hunter drives with the left hand. Nothing there. Will go clear through the key and then give it off and get it back, and another 3. No. Rebound battled for, picked up. Good job there by Morales. And now a shot just inside the three-point line missed by Hunter. She was feeling it moments ago, and now we've got a timeout on the floor. I do believe it'll be a full timeout. 27-26. Greencastle leads it by 1. This is high school basketball in IndianaSRN. West Vigo. It's funny how some players like Emma Hunter hits the three, and all of a sudden now she's going to shoot them all.
Were we on the air then?
We're back once again here, 3:11 to go here in the fourth period of play. West Vigo got the timeout. Well, I tell you what, it may come down to whoever's going to have that basketball last, because now you're a 1-point lead. You score, let's say you're up 28-27, and the way they've been playing the half-court offense, you may only have a couple of more possessions.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. Maybe.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see the time of possession each time down the floor, because they have only run maybe a couple of times. Not here. 3 on the way. No good as Fennell felt it. Rebound, put back, no. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Vikings.
As there is now talk that we may get that little shot clock into high school basketball. There's some push to that. I disagree with that, but we'll see what happens.
I'd love to see it.
Oh no!
I would love to see that. We got to get this game back to where it belongs. Up tempo, up and down the floor. Picking up the basketball out front is Knopp.
You would have hated to play me.
Here's a 3 from the wing. That one is missed by Knopp. The rebound, Fennell, put back, no, from about 16, and then the offensive board inside by Easton. And right now the Vikings just going after the basketball a little bit harder.
And they own the boards right now.
And now Easton, big free throws right here. Foul was called on Hunter, her 4th.
Nope. Check that. That was Morales.
Oh, they're going to get Morales instead. So Morales picks up the foul, her first, and the free throw's good. And we're tied at 27. So Easton now 2 of 3 from the line. She's now in double figures. Second free throw's on the way. Good. So now it's a 1-point lead. Back the other way as West Vigo takes the lead.
First lead of the night for them.
Yep, they've been behind from the beginning. So once again, the drive, the shot is short there by Zellers, and the rebound for the Vikings, and now they really slow it up.
Now, what do you do here? Do you take your time?
I find the best shot. I don't take anything unless I know it's a really good shot, and hopefully it's a layup. Because I'm not, well, first off, I'm not sure. I don't know their personnel well enough. Can they hold it for a long time? Here's Harris on the left wing, and we've got a offensive foul call, and that's the problem. Can you hold it and play that half-court offense? Knopp will pick up the foul. So the offensive foul also is a double negative because you really turn the ball over.
And now here comes pressure.
So we're under 2 minutes.
This is the first time they picked up man-to-man everywhere.
Well, certainly will slow down your offense, and right now for the Tiger Cubs, they have a chance here to regain the lead. What do they do on offense? Zellers gives it off once again to Hunter. Hunter hit the 3 moments ago and missed her last 2 shots, and the offense wasn't going anywhere. So the timeout is called right here by Greencastle. And I believe this will be a 30-second timeout. And it is.
Don't forget to tune in. Just stay with us.
Yeah.
As game number 2 tonight, the boys take on this West Vigo ball game. Jimmy Cook and Jarrett Lewis has the game for you. We want to thank our producer, James Andrews and Nick Lewis on the cameras, the 1 and 2s. The guys got here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I tell you what, we have the best crew. And I shout out to our CEO. Our CEO drove 45 minutes to meet them tell them what he wanted. They set it up, everything they wanted. I tell you, we got a great crew. That's why we're number one in Central Indiana.
Well, it might be in all of Indiana. If you get around a little bit, you get a pretty good idea of how many games and the quality of broadcast you get right here on IndianaSRN. So I'd put him up against anybody. Ball loose on the floor and a turnover, and a big turnover by the Tiger Cubs.
And we appreciate our fans. So if you would like to support us, you can hit that donate button, IndianaSRN.org.
Fennell, straightaway jumper. No, the rebound won, and another big offensive rebound by Easton.
Got to be strong with the basketball. Oh, here we go.
Yep, turnover, back the other way, and a foul called, and that'll go against Holman. But you want to put him at the free throw line. Don't give them anything easy, and Briones will go to the line for the first time.
I love it how she goes after the basketball, not the player. Nice play by Holman.
Boy, at that end, though, you really have to take care of the ball. You're down to almost a minute to go, and you have another big turnover, and the free throw is missed.
Now you just say, knock this down, please.
Vikings 19, this is unofficial, 19 turnovers tonight.
Is that right?
Yeah, 17 for the Tiger Cubs. That's a lot of turnovers in a game that's only 28-27. Second free throw, missed it, and the rebound, Fennell. So now you're down to your last 66 seconds. You got to hold on to the basketball. On the other side, you're going to take some chances here eventually. Near steal, ball loose in the backcourt. Now that's a foul call to go against Hunter, and I believe that is number 5, if not 4. So that'll be 4. Is it 5? 5-4, 5-4. What do we? I feel like I'm a auctioneer here. That'll be number 4. We got a full timeout. Are we going to keep it here this time? We're going to take a break. We're going to take a timeout. 28-27, West Vigo on top. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
You know, I've heard that song. How does it go the rest of the way?
Jingle all the way.
Good job.
Yep.
You know, that's I don't
Christmas
mean
music 24/7.
I don't mean to cut you off there, but
Yep.
that was the same song you had the other day when I was doing some work. And do you know anything else? Or
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but I don't want any snow, so I'm not dreaming.
So you're not going to try?
No.
Okay.
Me and Bing don't get along.
No, I hear you. 58 seconds remaining. 28-27. Vikings basketball now a 1-point lead. Can they hold on to the win here tonight? And it looks like they're going to hold the basketball. Force the Tiger Cubs to foul, but you got to hold on to the basketball loose in the backcourt, diving for it and then picking it up as Briones can't come away with it, reaching for the ball, and we've got a jump ball, and possession arrow will go the other way. Boy, there was a lot of contact right there, but boy, you got to
contact everywhere though tonight.
Tell you what, you look at the other end, Holman, I know she's just a freshman, but you got to play really strong at the varsity level. Near steal right there by Hunter, as now the Vikings 30 seconds away from a come-from-behind win. Here's Fennell, more contact in the corner now to Holman, the freshman. They go after her hard, and we have a whistle and a foul call with 24.5 to go. We're not at the line yet. I think they got Morales on number 2, and we've got another timeout right here. This will be another full timeout. 28-27 your score. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
There you see it, 28-27, West Vigo with the basketball and the lead. And right now, if you are the Tiger Cubs, you can't let a whole lot of time run off. You need to get a foul going right here quickly and send them to the free throw line and try to get the ball back. So there's 5 seconds off the clock. Boy, a lot of contact out front, and finally down to 16 seconds. The official will stop the clock there, and they're going to get Zellers on the foul. So we will go to the free throw line, and Fennell will be there, Caitlin Fennell.
Now, she's probably the free throw shooter you want on the line.
All her points coming in the second half. She has 7. Free throws on the way, and you're exactly right. Now 2 for 2 from the line and a 2-point lead. If you're coming the other way, you're probably going to have to look at Briones. She had the hot hand in the first half, but not in the second half. Second free throw is good. 3-point lead. Got to hurry. Yeah, 3. Boy, contact up front, nothing there, and a timeout again called by Greencastle.
That's their last.
So we got one more timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN. Oh, we're going to keep it here for this one.
Look at this. 30-27.
Yeah.
It's their second lead of the day.
Yes.
I mean, Greencastle did everything tonight except to finish. And I think a lot of that is the getting stronger with the ball.
Yeah.
But you got to be impressed of how you played tonight. You came out, and you got to be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Play Indiana Creek, another conference opponent tomorrow, so you got to be ready. I love the huddle. I love how every single girl is paying attention. They're not looking away. You see a little bit of disappointment, but, anything can happen.
Well, you're right, and the one thing they'll look back, it'll be a short game because, again, they play tomorrow, so you don't have much time to think about it.
Had no film time today.
Yeah, so you got to just forget it if you lose this ball game. But remember the good things that you did because they got off to such a nice start.
Oh, my goodness.
Got a 7-point lead at one point, but then, like you said, you got to play strong, got to take care of the basketball. And the 17 turnovers didn't help, but a lot of those were unforced, and you got to cut those down.
And if you really look at it, they only scored 3 points this quarter, with West Vigo scoring 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11.
Yeah. Well, so you got to find some consistency throughout each quarter. You had 12 in the second, and then you only had 3 in the fourth, and really not many shots taken either.
Who are you going to give the 3-point basket to?
Briones is what I'm hoping if I'm the Tiger Cubs. So here they go with the basketball. Briones will stop. It's going to be a 2-point shot. Missed it. 4 seconds to go, and they have to foul quickly. Chavez will pick up the foul. The only I like the execution of that one. But the one thing about it is Briones had to know where that 3-point line was, and she stepped over, so it wouldn't matter at that point anyway. You needed the 3.
Greencastle personal foul, number 5, Reagan Chavez.
Chavez will pick up the foul, her first, and we go to the line. And Caitlin Fennell there once again.
Coach backs everybody off the line.
Which is the smart thing to do because even if you get one, it's over. If you miss both, you're going to have to heave one from long range anyway. Free throw is on the way. Missed it. Here we go. Back the other way, and that's going to be way short, and that's going to do it. So the West Vigo Vikings come back They had a 7-point deficit here tonight, but they rally for the win. That final 30-27. West Vigo has now won 6 in a row. They're now 6-2. Greencastle now falling to 0-7 on the season.
You look at the ball game, and if you're Doug Greenlee and Sam Call, the coaching staff, you can't be too disappointed. You feel like you had this one in the bag, but you go back and you lace them up and you go again. Got to remember, young ball club.
Yeah.
Very young ball club. A lot of good things going to happen to this ball game. 30-27. It was a pleasure doing a game with you.
You too. It's good to see it. Good to hear you singing once again.
Yeah,
and,
no problem.
Just working that voice a little bit for tomorrow as well. We have a bevy of games to go through.
Yep. Stick around. The boys' game is next. It's Jimmy Cook. It's Jarrett Lewis. And they are about 10 to 15 minutes away from you. Until next time, goodbye, everybody.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. To pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Mortgage Group. I've been teaching here at Greencastle for 13 years. I've been assistant coach also for 13 years. And I think it's important in today's world that we have young people growing up with the morals and values of faith-based education.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Thompson with Integrity Mortgage Group, and I support Garin Catholic High School because I'm good friends and business partners with assistant coach Tommy Mascari. And any chance I have to support a Christ-centered education for today's youth, I take advantage of that opportunity and support in any way I can with my time, effort, volunteering, funds, and commercials like these.
Together we soar.
Garin Catholic Sports on IndianaSRN.
Where you're always in the game.
Tonight's broadcast on IndianaSRN is brought to you by the Morales Group. The Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. By Bertner Electric, your licensed and experienced electricians serving Central Indiana. By IUPUI Sports Management, a lifetime of sport with a winning degree. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown farm equipment dealer. And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Indiana High School basketball, presented by IndianaSRN in conjunction with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Jimmy Cook alongside Jarrett Lewis. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your evening with us here on IndianaSRN. We're here at Greencastle High School as the Tiger Cubs of Greencastle, 0-1 in the season, host the 1-0 West Vigo Vikings. As I bring Jarrett into the fray, Jarrett, it's early in this basketball season. Both these clubs are now turning the corner for what will be a regular routine of a game or so every week. Now that the football season concluded last weekend, most of these teams able to get just one game under their belt Monday or Tuesday of last week. For the Vikings, it was a nice start to the season. A victory taking care of North Vermilion, 61-49. Meanwhile, for the Greencastle Tiger Cubs, not the start they wanted. A 53-32 loss to Crawfordsville for the Tiger Cubs, hoping to get their first win of the season, kind of get things on track. And for the Vigo Vikings, West Vigo Vikings, I should say, let's go undefeated. Why not? Why not, Jared? Let's run the table. What better time like the present?
Yeah, it was a really good season last year for Greencastle. They finished 21-7, and for West Vigo, a 500 year. So they're off to a good start and got that win, like you said, over North Vermilion. Now, Greencastle returns home trying to get into the win column for the first time after such a successful season last year, actually sectional champions. They fell in the regional to a very good Gearin Catholic team. And Greencastle, the good thing is they've won the last 4 meetings between these two ball clubs. So you return home, you try to get back into the win column, you start off conference play against a very familiar foe. So what better time to get your first win into that win column if you're the Tiger Cubs?
Focusing on the Tiger Cubs again for just a second, and we'll monitor this as the season goes on. But the number that really jumped out to me for Greencastle in that loss, 3 of 17 from beyond the arc were the Tiger Cubs. And my issue isn't necessarily with the amount of threes taken, because I don't know if you're of the same ideology as I am, but it has been clear the last 10-plus years that all of basketball is the Steph Curry effect, let's just, for lack of a better term. You're seeing more and more three-pointers kind of trickle down to each level of the game of basketball. And because of that, you're going to see attempts start to rise across the game. 17 is a lot in an opener, and leaving 14 off the board, something you definitely want to see an improvement on as the year goes on if you're going to attempt that many.
And especially since you had so many guys graduate last year for Greencastle, you're losing your leading scorer in Brody Whitaker, so he's leaving behind 23 points a game that he averaged last year. So you're losing all that scoring, and like you said, so many three-point attempts in your first game. We might ourselves up here keep track of how many three-point attempts that Greencastle ends up putting up tonight. But, yeah, 32 points in your opener. You don't mind giving up 52 to an opponent, but when you lose by 20, giving up 52, that's not a recipe for success. So we ourselves might keep track of how many three-point attempts Greencastle goes with and what their three-point percentage is in tonight's ball club. West Vigo didn't have any trouble scoring in their win against North Vermilion. They put up 61. So a mark Greencastle can kind of set is trying to keep West Vigo under right at 50, right around that mark. Because Greencastle, like we said, losing so many guys to graduation that they're losing their top 3 scorers from last year. And it looks like their returning leading scorer is Evan Alexander. You can also throw Kiefer Wilson in there. Those 2 guys are going to be in the starting lineup for the Tiger Cubs. So, you know, the 3 is good looking. There's no doubt about it. But try to keep your offense as balanced as you can.
Again, it's just a one-game sample size, but to your point, if that's the play that you're going off of, then you might be in trouble if you're leaving that many points off the board and a West Vigo team that's capable of scoring the rock with the best of them. We'll step away briefly. When we come back, we'll have final thoughts and take a look at starters as well. As keys to the game, it's Greencastle, and it's West Vigo on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Welcome back to Greencastle High School, home of the Tiger Cubs. About an hour and 10 minutes west of Indianapolis, downtown Indianapolis, that is. Jimmy Cook alongside Jarrett Lewis. A lovely gymnasium, one of the finer arenas that you're going to find across the state of Indiana. I had the pleasure of calling boys regional action here for IndianaSRN and the IHSAA just last year. Actually, not even last year, just almost a year now, but you know what I mean, back in the postseason of 2021. And just a wonderful atmosphere, another great crowd on hand tonight for West Vigo and Greencastle as the Tiger Cubs search again for their first win of the season. We talked about in that last segment, 18% is the mark for the Tiger Cubs, just one game in on the season, but from beyond the arc that they showed against Crawfordsville back on the 23rd. And why that is most concerning for me, Jarrett, is the idea that a team that can score it as well as the Vikings have shown they can, that could be a recipe for disaster tonight at home for the Tiger Cubs in terms of if you're going to be missing that many shots from beyond the arc and you have a team that can run up and down and score, that might lead to easy transition baskets and might lead to just, I don't want to say a full breakaway, but it could put you in a bad spot early.
For Greencastle, if you're a fan, you can appreciate that you have a coach like Bryce Rector in his 6th year. So he probably looked at that game film, him and the team, throughout the week leading up to this week, because they had an extended period of time between games, so they had a lot of time to figure out this Vikings team and figure out things from the previous game they had against Crawfordsville, because scoring 32 points only, there's a lot of things you could probably look at. I'm sure he didn't mind the way they played defensively, but only scoring 32 points and, trying to figure out this West Vigo team who's probably going to try to get up and down a little bit. They have some seniors that are pretty good. Ethan Kessler scored 19 points in their game against North Vermilion. Ian Beaver added 10 points. Zeke Tanous with 14. So they had 3 guys in double figures. They have 3 guys that can score the basketball. So how is Greencastle going to respond to that loss opening up the season and trying to start off in conference play hot? Both these teams are in the Western Indiana Conference, which is made up of 11 schools. So there's a lot of schools, a lot of basketball players that are a part of trying to win this conference. And so for both of these teams, you're going to try and get off to a hot start in conference play.
Where are your keys at specifically for the Tiger Cubs tonight in terms of getting back into a rhythm from an offensive standpoint after the struggles they had in their first game?
Well, it's so hard. And going back to how Bryce Rector, the coach, is in his 6th year, he's seen some really good teams. Their last losing season was way back in 2016-2017. And so you're losing your top 3 leading scorers in Brody Whitaker, Nick Sutherland, and Cade Plew. Whitaker averaged 23 points a game, and Sutherland added 10. So, like you said, there's not really a lead guy so far for the Tiger Cubs. They're still trying to figure out their identity. Again, it's early in the season, just one game under the belt for each of these ball clubs. And last year, when you finished 21-7, there's some pretty high marks set, I think, for this community. They want to see back-to-back good seasons and possibly back-to-back sectional championships, of course. So it's still early on in the season, but this is a tough matchup, and we're going to see just what Greencastle's made of here tonight.
Take a look at some of the starters. First, for the Tiger Cubs, at one guard, 5'8" senior number 10, Tyler Rogers. At a forward, a 6'3" senior number 12, Kiefer Wilson. At another guard, a 6'3" senior number 20, Holton Miller. One more guard, a 6' senior number 24, Evan Alexander. And in the middle, a 6'4" junior and a forward, number 44, Cole Hutchinson. Head coach Bryce Rector, 82-44 in his 6th year at the helm. Ian Beaver, a 5'9" senior, number 2 for the Vikings. Number 3, a 5'7" senior guard, Ethan Kessler. Another guard at 6'3", sophomore, number 23, Zeke Tanous. A 6'4" senior forward, number 24, Wyatt Easton. And a 6' senior guard, number 32, Connor Martin, starting for the Vikings. Ball is back tapped and controlled and won by West Vigo, and we're underway. Head coach of the Vigo Vikings is John Baylor, 152 and 155 in his 14th year at the helm. Aggressive drive and our first basket of the game, scored by Ian Beaver. So he gets the Vikings for first blood.
Boy, Beaver's only at 5'9", but he is strong. He's built like a linebacker. You can almost guess that he's playing football, but he, right off the bat, taking it to the rack early.
He's got the size and a very quick first step as a pass inside and a shot attempt by Cole Hutchinson is swatted away, but they will call a foul on the floor. And it'll be in the act correction. Zeke Tenus on the personal. That'll be his first and the first on the team. Free throw rattles in as a club. The Tiger Cubs shooting 67%. Again, early season basketball, just a one-game sample size for those numbers. First free throw is good. Second one off the mark. He splits the pair, and here come the Vikings in transition. Beaver. Correction, make that Kessler. Around a screen. He tosses to the far right side. Drive on the deck. Martin looking for separation. Gets some. Nice spin move and scores.
Great patience there by Martin. You can see him kind of messing around with the defender. Opted not to use the screen, but he's got some speed, trying to beat his guy off the dribble and just staying patient once he got to that block.
Miller to Wilson, top of the key, threes, baked in. Banks are open after hours for Wilson. We mentioned coming in 3 of 17 from beyond the arc in their opener on the 23rd. Were the Tiger Cubs, good sign there. Shot from the elbow, won't drop. Board cleared and won by the Tiger Cubs.
It is a good sign. That's what we talked about in the pregame, how they just had very little success in their opening game from beyond the arc, but Wilson gets them off to a nice start. First turnover of the game.
Ball stolen by Beaver. Kessler a three. He knocks it down. The Vikings come out red hot at 7-4.
19 points. He led all scorers in their game against North Vermilion in the Gobbler shootout. That was at the Holman Center in Terre Haute.
Miller looks to the left. It's always fun to see those holiday tournaments, how they're involved, getting early kind of rust out of the way. Another pass inside for Hutchinson. Another matchup to watch for as the evening goes on. He'll back to the line to shoot some free throws, but the foul is going to go against Zeke Tenus, his second and the second on the team. But to your point, those holiday tournaments, always a fun aspect of the high school season and a great near official turn of the page. I would argue the December holiday tournaments are better, but still your first holiday tournament's getting you set for the basketball season.
That's a good way to start the year. West Vigo getting to play at Indiana State, so nice way to start off your season. Tenus with 2 quick early fouls. That's going to most definitely play a factor against West Vigo.
Pair split there for Hutchinson. Drive inside. That's swatted away. Return to center for Holton Miller. Tiger Cubs want to push. Wilson kicks right side. They reward Miller. He knocks down the three. Holton Miller from the right arc. And the first lead for the Tiger Cubs occurs early.
Looks like Greencastle got a lot of reps shooting the threes during practice this week, and they're coming out hot so far.
Well, again, if that's going to be your identity and you want to shoot it from beyond the arc, you have to have confidence. You have to be able to do it. As here's another steal. Wilson up ahead. They no call, made some contact, it looked like. But the officials say play on, I think. Let's see, they're going to have a discussion about this. And it will go with the Vikings.
Wilson's used to contact like that, being starting quarterback. Also played linebacker for the Tiger Cubs on the football team. And, yeah, we're kind of looking for a call from up here, but just a loud thud by Wilson. Maybe not enough actual fouling contact committed by West Vigo.
Tenus matched up with Wilson, got by him, and ran right at McCutcheon and one. Let's see. Will it count the basket? I would personally. This is always a hotly contested thing for me. They will count the basket. What a drive and a finish for Zeke Tenus, his first basket of the game and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Tenus with those 2 fouls, he's not scared of anything. He's going to take all that contact, go right to the rack, and convert the three-point play.
Makes it a 2-point lead as he gives the advantage back to the Vikings. Tyler Rogers. Handoff. Evan Alexander almost went over and back with it. Rogers has it. Wilson battling in there and a blocking foul called. That foul's going to go on Wyatt Easton. His first and the third on the team.
Another look at this nifty move by Tanous. Great dribble moves, trying to split the defense, and still is able to get a shot off.
They throw in the backcourt to Miller. He forces it to Wilson. Floater up. No. McHutchison fought for the board. It's won by the Vikings. 4.5 left in this first quarter. Tanous pulls up. That's left of the mark. Wilson now right side. Alexander hands off to Miller. Rogers now. Alexander matched up with Beaver. Trying to find some space against this defensive look. How patient will the Tiger Cubs stay? Hutchinson is fouled on the floor, and if that's on Tanous, that's his third. It's not on Tanous, it's on Martin. It's Martin's first. I give a lot of credit, at a minimum, to the coaching staff of the Vikings, because most programs you would see 2 fouls early, that's immediately a sit down. Hutchinson hanging and scoring. He's got 4 in the quarter. We're tied at 10.
Hutchinson so far with a great presence in the lane. There's been great three-point shooting so far from the Tiger Cubs, but they can complement that with Hutchinson. His size advantage inside has been able to work also.
Kessler left the 3 short. Are you surprised by Tanous being left out there with the 2 fouls?
Not really, even though he is just a sophomore, but he's the only returning starter, Jimmy, for West Vigo. He played last year as a freshman. And so it looks like Coach Buehler has a lot of confidence in Tanous playing as a freshman last year, starting on varsity, and now continuing this year as a sophomore.
Ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. Tiger Cub basketball. Went deep to inbound it. Rogers matched up with Tanous. Here's Wilson. Anthony Adams just checked in the ball game. That shot's wild. Rebound Vikings. Tanous crossed over, nearly lost it, dives on the deck for it, and Beaver controls. Scary moment there for West Vigo. Martin. Tanous. Easton lob inside. An aggressive take for Beaver. Can't get it to go. It's off his hands. Out of bounds to the Tiger Cubs.
How about Beaver with no size advantage at all, but it's all strength. It's all just willing your way while you're inside, and he controlled that block. He had position. We might see him try to play that game down low a little bit, even though he's mostly at a point guard, shooting guard type position.
They feed inside. Got the matchup. Wilson off the glass. He was alone in the post for a second. Help defense was late. Gets the bucket to go and gives the lead back to the Tiger Cubs.
Yeah, great design there offensively from Greencastle. Wilson with the screen on the baseline was able to get open.
Easton called for it down low. Let's see if it's in the act. He was fouled. Had a size matchup he liked. And it will be in the act.
These two teams match up fairly well. Easton's going to the line. He's 6'4". They have another player on the roster at 6'5", and same thing for Greencastle. They have guys starting at 6'2", 6'3", including Kiefer Wilson. And Hutchinson, who's right now going to take a seat. But guard play, these two teams match up. The size that kind of the forwards play down low, they also match up.
Easton knocks that down. Gets them both. Yeah, it is. In terms of just the overall structure, roster to roster, on paper you think we're going to have a really good game in terms of the way those matchups are played.
And so far we do, 12-12.
Wilson to Adams on a pick and pop. He didn't want it. And he had his pocket picked. Baylor. Tanous thought about stepping into a 3. Baylor around a screen. Nice lob at the rim. It's a good idea, but Easton didn't have the hops to slam that home. Thought he was dealing with OG Anunoby there for a second. Or Trace Jackson Davis if we're going more modern, either way. Modern's not the right word if we're going more recent.
It was definitely there. It was a great find. But Easton, you probably like if he's able to score it while he's up in the air. You bring it down, you allow the defense to come over. It's a hard play to make.
I think he had, like a takeoff run, Ray, if you will. He had plenty of space. I think the lob was too early.
Yeah.
You can just wait. Now, to clarify, I have no idea if he can dunk it, but even if you want to be able to have a layup alley-oop, hold that pass just a tad.
Yeah, sure thing.
Another turnover by the Tiger Cubs. And we stay deadlocked at 12, less than 90 seconds to go here in the quarter. I remind you, tonight's game is brought to you by the IHSAA Foundation. Catch up on what's going on with the IHSAA Foundation by subscribing to our newsletter, The Advocate. Email us at ihsaafoundation.org to learn more. Caden Evans has checked into the ball game for the Vikings. Baylor gives left side. Make that right side right to Kessler. Baylor pulls up, left elbow, no. Rebound won by the Vikings, falls to Beaver, and they'll reset. Again, in case this is your first Indiana High School broadcast for basketball, no shot clock at play in the state of Indiana, so no rush for the Vikings. They can take as much time as they want. On the drive, a foul is called. And Tanous once again with those two personal fouls. Very fearless, Jarrett.
He is. That's exactly the word I was thinking of, was fearless. Just a sophomore. Played super well last year, starting as a freshman. Seems really comfortable with the basketball. At such a young age, he's the one, when you're in situations like this, the clock is winding down, you want him with the basketball looking to make something happen.
Beaver went spin cycle but couldn't finish it. Dollar spin, nickel finish. Wilson in trouble. Find a flashing Alexander who lays it up and in. His first basket of the game for Evan Alexander. Lead back to the Tiger Cubs. 13 seconds to go here in the quarter. Tanous matched up with Wilson with 6. Pulls up. Elbow jumper is good. Final seconds of the quarter. Rogers shoots from half court. Long, but man, was it on line. And a heck of a first quarter here from Greencastle. The Tiger Cubs and the West Vigo Vikings locked in at 14 apiece. Quarter number 2 up next on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back to Greencastle High School. Look inside the Tiger Cubs huddle. Second quarter about to get started. Leading the way for each team, Zeke Tanous with 5 points for the Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Tiger Cubs, it's Kiefer Wilson. 5 points for him, 1 from beyond the arc. Jimmy Cook alongside Jarrett Lewis. Jarrett, what do you think of that first quarter?
Well, highlighting Kiefer Wilson for just a minute. We got to see him a couple of times this year, and there he is right there wearing number 12. Starting quarterback, played linebacker, just a tremendous athlete, just a lot of heart, just like Tanous. Really fearless. Playing both ways in football, it says a lot about you. And here on the basketball court right now, setting the pace for Greencastle with 5 points. He's been more of getting some dirty points. He got a nice 2 down low, and we're going to see him play the block. We're going to see him play outside. And then over on the other side for West Vigo, Tanous, just, again, going back to how comfortable he looks with the basketball in his hands, hitting that bucket with the final seconds winding down in that first quarter.
2-3 zone look here for the Vikings to open up this second quarter. Miller had an opportunity for a 3 if he wanted to take it. He did not. He's already hit one. They work it around the horn. What adjustments do you need to see from both teams here in quarter number 2, if anything, Jarrett?
Well, Greencastle's staying balanced, so you definitely, don't want to fall too in love with the 3. They hit 2 of them in that first quarter, so continue to stay balanced if you're Greencastle. West Vigo they've had 5 different guys score the basketball. So kind of the same deal is, don't rely too heavily on Tanous.
In the corner, Miller for 3. Won't go. Hit the front of the rim and rattled out. Baylor to the rim. He'll shoot 2.
Great take there by Talon Baylor. He's a freshman, so getting some quality playing time for Coach Baylor in his 15th year. So far, early on, it doesn't seem like either team goes very deep. They may only have 2 substitutions max. So we've only seen one guy come in, and that's Baylor for West Vigo. And I believe for Greencastle, we've seen Tyler Rogers, he's the usual starter, but we've only seen one guy check in, and that's Anthony Adams for Greencastle.
Be interested to see how those rotations, if at all, vary as this game goes on. Both free throws made by the freshman in Talon Baylor. Lead back to the Vikings at 16-14 here, just a minute into the second quarter, and a turnover again by the Tiger Cubs. We're not going to be too critical in regards to the turnovers early in the season, but on your home floor, that's something that you would like to have on your top-tier list of areas to improve as the season unfolds. In terms of your main objectives, that's going to be something you're monitoring.
Turnovers can sometimes be number one. It's turnovers and giving up offensive rebounds to your opponent.
Easton tried to feed it inside. It's stolen away by Adams. Vikings back on defense. Adams all the way, and he's fouled. A little afterburners by a freshman and Anthony Adams off the bench. Could not get it to go, but we'll get a chance to earn the 2 points the hard way at the charity strike.
And with that bad turnover by Easton, you end up following up with it with a foul on the other end. And I think that's number 2 on him.
It is unofficially. I can confirm that for you.
But props to Adams for getting that basketball, and he was taken off immediately. He wasn't going to waste no time.
He was scoreless in that first quarter. And he gets 2 points in the book at the line. We're all square at 16. A sub as well was Jacob Likens, that for the Vikings. He's in there now. Tanous puts it on the deck, pulls up, it's sent back by Wilson. Vikings able to regain possession. Tanous wants another bite at the apple. He's matched up with Wilson. Oh, he put him on skates, and he knocked it down. What an answer after the rejection.
Boy, Tanous, you saw after he had his shot rejected, he was clapping. He wanted it back. He wanted another piece of Wilson.
Right away, and he answers.
But how about Wilson on the first attempt? He recognizes that Tanous, he's going to look to make something happen off the dribble. He's going to look to get to that elbow spot, get to the top of the key, and rise up. And he's done that a couple times already in this first half.
That's the mentality you want to have, though, at any level. You get your shot sent back, immediately get another opportunity at it. And we mentioned it a couple times, fearless.
And
just a fearless mentality.
He came with a different move.
Tanous,
you can tell that he's got a package. He's got a couple of moves, and he's going to go through that package and see what he can do the next time around.
It's almost unfair to Wilson. I mean, he does in terms of length. I mean, he's a little bit bigger, a little bit more towering. That's tough from a lateral movement. Tanous, no fear, though. Lead back to the Vikings with that shot. Miller all alone in the corner, didn't want the three. Rodgers will take it. That's off the mark. Rebound Wilson. He kicks it back out. Catch and shoot Alexander. Back iron, no. Tanous the board, and he's fouled. Miller a little surprised by it, but he came over the back of Tanous.
Kind of a silly foul picked up by Miller. Here, going back to Tanous. This is the rejection first. There's that length. Wilson's at 6'3", and that was with his left hand.
This same possession, by the way.
That looks like the AI move on MJ.
It was a little bit, yeah. That one, of course, the top of the key. That one a little bit adjacent, but you're exactly right in terms of off the top of your head. Look at you. Just bringing it.
And if you don't know who I'm referencing, AI is Allen Iverson.
Yeah, there you go.
MJ.
I'm impressed because there is, as happens with a lot of these broadcasts, there's a bit of an age gap between you and I, except this time I'm the older party on here, but I appreciate that.
When I'm with the coach or Sean, I mean, it's just
right
over the head with whatever they say.
Pass inside. It's a loose ball. Won by Beaver. Pass in the corner for three. No. Calling for it with authority is Tanous.
Yeah, Coach Baylor yelling out, settle down.
Tanous pulls up. It's short, and a blocking foul is going to be called. I think trying to fight around the screen there with the Tiger Cubs. Let's see who's the guilty party.
It's going against West Vigo.
Ought to be a moving screen.
All right. None of the players on the floor
so again,
knew what was going on. None of the fans knew until the referee actually made the call.
Looked like it was a block, but instead they're going to call it an illegal screen against Likens.
Yeah, Likens, he's just checked in. He's substitute number 2. He's got some size also. He's the tallest player at 6'4".
Alexander. Now Rogers. Here's Wilson. Skip pass.
Dangerous pass.
Almost another turnover. Wilson at the top of this 2-3 zone.
Now West Vigo's kind of extending the 2-3 zone out, and they get a turnover out of it.
Tanous. Good look-ahead pass. Great defense by Wilson. Another rejection. He stopped. He looked for the ball. And just a clean strip. Timeout Tiger comes. A full timeout will take one as well. 3:39 left to go in the half. It's the Vikings by 2 on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Greencastle High School on IndianaSRN with Jimmy Cook, Jarrett Lewis with you. This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited.
That's Jarrett Lewis. I'm Jimmy Cook. 3:39 left to go here in this first half. It's a 2-point advantage for the visiting West Vigo Vikings. Looking for their second win on the season. Happy December to you. Happy high school and college basketball season to you as well. Last week were the IHSAA football state championships. Talk a little bit about just that in general and the transition to basketball season at halftime, but that kind of the official mark of the start of high school basketball season. Proud to be bringing you the action here on IndianaSRN. Been a slow-scoring second quarter. Just 6 combined points, 4 by the Vikings. We're already 4.5 minutes in. Tanous for 3. That's just a tad long. Rebound fought for. It's tapped at. Adams wins it. Adams right side. Trying to operate against this zone. Alexander. They skip it around the horn. Now Adams. Alexander waiting for a bit of an opening. Here's Rogers. Alexander for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound won by Rogers. Resets. Wilson pulls up mid-range. Off the window, no. Tanous the board.
Both these teams have really limited the amount of offensive rebounds that their opponent is getting, as you see the Tiger Cubs.
Extra effort steal there by Alexander.
Alexander after the miss.
It was a great effort by him.
This 2-3 zone, though, it's really slowed down the offense.
That is the main, we were talking about it in break, like there haven't been a ton of points scored in this game. That implementation of the 2-3 zone, you're exactly right, Jarrett, has really put a lid on this.
And that's where you want to get the ball, but it's a bad pass, a turnover. You want to try to get it into that high post, that free throw line area where Wilson's been playing.
Pass inside is touched by no one.
And West Vigo gives it right back.
Exchange of turnovers left and right. One more look at that effort. Staying in bounds. Finding A man still in play in Rogers.
The 2-3 zone from West Vigo has slowed
Adams
down
catches
Greencastle.
2-3.
As you see, they going really quick now as we talk about it. Another turnover. I mean, West Vigo's trying to go fast.
Nobody values the rock right now.
West Vigo's trying to go fast. They're trying to get turnovers out of the 2-3 zone and get it up the floor. But Greencastle's really had their offense slowed down by this 2-3, just looking for the best look, but a lot of turnovers here back-to-back.
Skip pass to Wilson. Force it inside. And that's another steal. They'll reset to Kessler.
I believe that's 4 straight possessions with turnovers for Greencastle.
At least 2 or 3 straight for the Vikings. Tanous. Well, he tried to lob it inside, but it was sent back by Jacob Zimmerman, who's checked into the game for the Tiger Cubs.
It's always a dangerous area when you get up in the air and you're not sure what to do with it, but Tanous is able to come back down the floor and get another steal.
That's also another key way to try to knock out the zone is play to the middle of it. Pass inside and then work it back out. Right at the top of that, right in between the top of the zone and the back half of the zone. And you look like the Tiger Cubs tried to do that late in that possession there, but where the entry pass was, it was an easy steal, and then the frustration foul committed by Zimmerman.
Yeah, it's all about your passing, and when you get it into that high post area, that's where you can really start to have success because you can have guys start to cut and move. But your passing has to be quick. Your guys have to be moving because you're trying to beat the defense, and whichever way they're shifting.
Jensen Turner subbed into the game for the Vikings. Beaver, not at Tanous. Kessler, right side. Back on the right is Turner. Kessler wanted to go left to match up with Adams. 33 seconds to go here in the half. Tanous, very quick and agile off the dribble. He resets. There's a matchup with Wilson. It's been a fun matchup a couple times tonight already in this first half. Likens. They're trying to get Tanous free on a screen. They can't. 10 left to go. Kessler back to Tanous with 6. Tanous and Wilson. Crossover. 1 by Tanous. 3 in the air. He rattled it home. And that'll end the first half. Some matchup to watch. That shot will not count. It was banked in, but it will not count. Well after the horn. I think the only reason that I didn't react like the rest of the crowd did here in the friendly confines of the Tiger Cubs is that you could see the red light come on well before that ball was released. But a 5-point lead to the break as you look at the man of the half right now in Zeke Tanous.
5 points each quarter. 5 in the first and 5 here in the second. Another look at this nifty move. He loves the left to right crossover and just being able to make that shot. You know, it's a different kind of ball game when you can do it from the 2-point range, but Tanous, his shooting ability from 3 is also terrific.
Give credit to Kiefer Wilson because he got shook by that crossover earlier after he got a block of his own very early in that second quarter. That time, he knew the crossover was coming. He didn't bite with it as much. That is near perfect defense on a play like that, just tad better offense.
Yeah, Wilson is your best defender, and I think Coach Rector is going to continue to put him on him, you know, bearing anything crazy Tanous going off in the third quarter, maybe into the fourth quarter too. But that's really good defense. It's just better offense from Tanous.
I think we had with some fans around here for Greencastle that tried to photobomb the broadcast, but there's not a talent camera operating, so wrong place to be. But we appreciate the shenanigans all the same. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will talk a little bit about that first half from both sides. Talk a little big picture around IndianaSRN, including upcoming broadcasts. Have some commercials mixed in there for you as well. And then ultimately, the start of the second half, as into the locker rooms, West Vigo takes a 21-16 lead over Greencastle. Back in a moment on
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
You want a career that fuels your passion for sports and physical activity. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences offers that and more. You'll have insider access to sports, fitness, and exercise science professionals and learn from faculty with years of industry experience. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll study next to world-class sports facilities, Olympic governing bodies, the NCAA, and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sports industry career. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
It's halftime here at Greencastle High School. Your score right there, the West Vigo Vikings lead things 21-16 over the Tiger Cubs. Jarrett Lewis with you here on IndianaSRN. Pleasure to be joined by Doug Greenlee, the athletic director here at Greencastle High School. Thanks so much for joining us for halftime.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for being here.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We love being here. It's quite a drive for some of us from Indiana, but it's a great place to come and watch the game at the McAnally Center. Great turnout on hand, and the home opener for the Tiger Cubs. I'm sure you're pleased with the community coming out and supporting this team.
Always. The community here supports our student athletes so well and in all sports, and that's really a good thing. The kids play hard, and we're just very proud of all of them.
And quite a successful fall season as well. We got to we began our broadcasting duties here at Greencastle with some of the football games and a pretty solid season for the football team here as well. And we've seen a couple of familiar faces, including Kiefer Wilson, one of the members of that football team playing basketball. And just, I guess, talk about how you thought the fall season went. And I guess you could, we hate talking about COVID, but you can throw COVID situations in there and how the school handled the fall sports season with just everything that's been going on the past year and a half.
Well, the fall is a very busy sports season. We have a lot of teams participating in the fall, a lot going on nightly. But our COVID situation, in answer to your question about that, is similar to last year as far as it's kind of like a day-to-day thing. You know, we have our protocols that we follow, and it still continues to be a problem for all of us, but we're very proactive in trying to keep people safe, and so far so good. You know, we've had cases, as everybody has, but like I said, it's a day-to-day thing. Things can change in an instant, but our main focus is to keep our student athletes and our community safe as possible.
Again, Athletic Director Doug Greenlee joining us here on our halftime show of Greencastle High School. So, I mean, the sports season it seems like it flies by, and soon enough we'll be into the spring. What kind of things can we expect from Greencastle athletics, I suppose, as the winter season continues to roll on, and we expect some good things from this basketball team who finished 21-7 last year. So we expect some high things from them. But I guess looking forward to spring, is there anything that this community can expect from Greencastle athletics? Maybe things that are different, or just
keep your eye on a guy named Keaton Parmley. He's a golfer. He's a
yeah?
sophomore.
Okay.
Keep your eye on him.
Okay,
I'll just give you that little hint right now.
Highlighting some players. All right,
Yeah,
good deal.
He's a golfer and does a lot of tournaments off season. So keep an eye on him. We'll have a very, very strong golf team this year in the boys in the spring. Baseball, softball, track numbers are going to be up. We got a brand new track out here ready to be used. We're going to have new softball and baseball fields in a couple of years. So we're doing a lot of athletic improvements, and it's just exciting for everyone. We've got a strong girls tennis team coming up in the spring too. So there's a lot happening, and like you said, it goes fast, and you have to plan for it. You have to be ahead of the game, and that's part of my job, and getting the schedules, and they're completed, and we just take it day by day and hope for the best for everybody.
I myself did 2 football games, so got to look at the brand new turf, and then the track hadn't been in yet, but I'm sure it's going to look pretty spectacular for the spring season. And I know we'll be looking forward to us here at IndianaSRN, looking forward to the rest of the school year and sports wrapping up and here at Greencastle, and we enjoy taking the trip out here to see you guys. So
well, thank you very much. Again, we really appreciate you being here. It adds a lot of excitement to our event, and we just look forward to a great winter here at Greencastle High School.
Yep, sure thing. All right, that's the athletic director, Doug Greenlee of Greencastle High School, joining us here on our halftime. We thank him so much for doing so. It is halftime. 21-16 is our score. West Vigo on top in this Western Indiana Conference matchup. We'll be back for the start of the second half after this break here on IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Greencastle High School. Wonderful job there by Jarrett Lewis. His conversation with Director of Athletics here at Greencastle in Doug Greenlee. Shout out to Doug, and thanks to the Greencastle community for letting us out here. Broadcast, as Jarrett mentioned, some football earlier in the year, and then some basketball now underway, the first of many as well. It is a beautiful gymnasium, a staple within the state tournament rotation in terms of sites that are utilized for the action, and proud to be here again tonight. 21-16 your score. The Vikings of West Vigo lead it at the break by 5. Jarrett, adjustments you need to see from both sides, starting first with the visiting Vikings, who hold that 5-point lead.
The thing about the defense from Greencastle with Wilson is it's been good on Tanous, and I think maybe one of the topics of conversation for Coach Rector and the Tiger Cubs was, be ready to help on that. Be ready to have help side defense on him because he loves getting to that middle of the floor and rising up, and he had 10 points in that first half. Greencastle, they had success shooting the ball from beyond the arc. They made 2 threes in the first quarter, but only came away with 2 points in that entire second quarter, and they were free throws from Anthony Adams, and that came from a fast break. So they really got slowed down by that 2-3 zone. They might try and force a turnover, look to get that ball up the floor and go quicker.
I suppose the upside to that is you didn't give up too much offensively, but
you only give up 7.
You need more firepower on the offensive end. Really for both teams. Wyatt Easton gets the scoring started in this second half. He now has 4 on the night. Kiefer Wilson gives over to Holt Miller. Miller to Wilson. Attacks. Had it stripped, though. What a defensive effort there by Ethan Kessler. Here come the Vikings.
Yeah, Kessler was awfully quiet in that second quarter, too. He started things off with a 3 for West Vigo, and here's Beaver down low.
It went from left to right. Could not get it to go. A jump ball tie-up, I believe, is going to be the call, and the arrow will favor the Tiger Cubs.
We expected a little bit more of that. Beaver playing down low, playing on the block, because he's going to be guarded by a guard. He's only 5'9", so he's just so strong and just really big arms. If he gets that ball down low, he's going to be able to win that matchup.
Didn't get a chance to mention this in the pregame show, but Greencastle has won 4 straight in this series. 3 right side is an air ball, rebound saved by the Vikings. The last Vigo win came in this very building 5 years ago. 5 years ago to the day almost, December 2nd, 2016. It was a 42-30 victory for the Vikings. High-low action. Beaver scores it.
That year, 2016, Jimmy, was also the last year they won, or they had a winning season, being West Vigo.
Important to note. Like we mentioned, a very, very close effort for a 500 or for a winning record last year, but just went 500 with 11 wins, 11 losses. While the Tiger Cubs, 21-7 a year ago, lost in the regionals to Guerin Catholic. Our Guerin Catholic team, I'm sure you'll see plenty of on these very networks as things unfold, and a double dribble call.
That last win for West Vigo, you mentioned back in 2016, that was a low-scoring game too. It was just 42-30, and we're having another game just like that here tonight.
A year ago, Greencastle won at West Vigo, a 1-point game, 43-42.
So a lot of these games have been well under 50, well under 45 points. That's what you get sometimes with conference matchups.
Left side, 3 in the air, 3 through the bottom of the net. Connor Martin now with 5. The lead is ballooned to 12.
Now, West Vigo hasn't put up very many three-pointers, but they got a pretty good percentage.
It's a 7-0 run to open this second half.
And it's still way too early for Greencastle to start panicking. Your largest deficit right now at 12.
You're right, it's early to panic, but it's not too early to adjust right now. I'm not necessarily sounding alarm bells, Jarrett, but the way this game has flowed, I don't know that you're going to get – you might be lucky to get 14 more points in this game if you're the Tiger Cubs.
They've gone the last 11 minutes with only scoring 2 points, and those came from free throws from Adams.
They better hope they get more than 14 what I just gave them, because if that means their defense had to have locked down the rest of the way if that's things are going. 14 is probably too drastic, but I mean the way you're hunting for it, you find 14 more points, so you get that's a 30 spot, and that's close to where these games have been through the history of the series, but Vikings have already shown they're capable of scoring it. Long 2. Too strong. Rebound won by Wilson. Wilson had Hutchinson wide open down low, couldn't find him. Trying to reset things.
Look how far out Tanous is in the top of this 2-3 zone. He's well beyond the three-point line.
Wilson with a head bob. Skip pass. Corner. 3. Rogers. No. Rebound won by Martin. I'm surprised there's not as much movement offensively either by the Tiger Cubs.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you get into a stalemate, kind of like what Greencastle has been, you can still run sets against this 2-3 zone as Tanous misses that shot. You can still run baseline screens down low. You know, when you have 3 guys down low in that 2-3 zone, you can try and set a screen on a guy who is supposed to hedge out at the wing, hedge out at the guys in the corner. If you set a screen like that, set up a guy like Rogers who had that 3 in that corner, you know, you don't want to, lose track of running sets when you face a 2-3 zone.
Kessler. High pass. It's won by Easton. Tanous.
Good help side by Adams right there.
Might be a jump ball tie-up or a travel.
See, Tanous just loves that spot right there in that half circle, right at the free throw line, and Adams quickly hedges over, and he reaches in there trying to grab that basketball, and he forces a jump.
that a conversation between officials and perhaps either a fan or one of the coaches. I'm not certain.
This might be something where the fans said something and not the coaches. And the assistant coaches have already been sitting down most of this game for West Vigo, just naturally. So maybe somebody in the bleachers said something as a fan.
Wilson, aggressive take, layup is short. He'll go to the line, earn it the hard way.
That's what we talked about back in that first half. Wilson is playing the high post, and that means in the 2-3 zone, he's going to stand right at that free throw line, go from elbow to elbow. And they're nice, quick passing there. That's the key about trying to beat the 2-3 zone. The passing has to be crisp, and it has to be quick.
First one is good for Wilson. That ends the scoring drought. Their first points of the half. Of the half. Only splits the pair, though. Rebound won by the Tiger Cubs. So keeps possession alive. Wilson hesitated. Rogers. Adams. Three is good. Anthony Adams. 5 points on the evening. It's an 8-point game in the blink of an eye.
Nice catch and shoot by Adams. When you're a shooter, in this 2-3 zone, guys will hedge out at you hard. They want to close out on you and prevent you from getting off a shot. Adams with a nice quick one, and Wilson thought he had a block.
Tried to reject it, but they say he got some arm. And free throws upcoming for Ian Beaver.
Shooting 2 shots for the Vikings, number 2.
Look back at the ball movement that led to this three. It's a good find in the corner.
Yeah, that hedge from Connor Martin, he kind of hesitated at the beginning.
Iron unkind for Beaver. Second one. Gets it to go. So he splits the pair. 5 points for Beaver. Lead back to 9. Adams. Long 2. Not that time.
That time it was a much better closeout by Martin, and Adams kind of recognized that. Gave a nice shot fake, dribbled in, rose up for the 2.
Stopping, popping, and hitting Wyatt Easton for 3. 5, make that 7 points for him, lead back to 12.
It's the 4th made 3 for West Vigo, and Martin showing that the big fella can step out and hit it.
Here's a steal in transition, all the way, no, put back, not that time from Easton. Rebound won by the Tiger Cubs, and a foul is going to go against Zeke Tanous, and that's his 3rd. It was sort of a ticky-tack call to the right side. The fans aren't happy. I'm assuming it's the fans that were
they're sitting behind the
trouble
bench. And
earlier.
This is the 3 by Martin, real confident. Give him that room, he'll step up and hit it. I think what the fans of West Vigo were trying to argue about was when Wilson came in for the block, he slapped the backboard really hard, and they may thought that it affected the goal. The goal maybe moved around a little bit.
Could have been. That was a tough angle that was taken either way. As the dust clears, it's a 12-point advantage for the Vikings. Tiger Cubs trying to cut back into this lead. A lot more movement all around for the Tiger Cubs against this zone. Rogers to Alexander. He'll try a triple. That was partially blocked, I think. Beaver has it now. Beaver passes right side to Kessler. Tried to go up and under with it. It was poked away. It'll stay on this end.
I thought Kessler touched that last.
Oh, maybe it grazed the top of his shoulder. Got his fingertips.
Kessler was the one that affected the shot. That came from Alexander.
Baylor a 3. Long 2, they'll say.
It's a nice, confident-looking shot from the freshman.
Yeah, around the screen. Lead at 14, 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Adams an answer. Bang, bang. He answers with a 3 of his own. Anthony Adams' second triple of the quarter.
That was quick passing from Greencastle. And when they got it inside the three-point line, as a big man, I think it was Alexander who dished it out. He's looking for guys that are cutting. And Adams was one of those guys.
Tanous, elbow. Back iron. Fought for his own rebound. A lot of contact. They say no call. Adams wins the rebound. Under a minute now. In this third quarter, Tanous picked his pocket. Tanous to the rack. Lays it up like a gentleman off glass. First points of the quarter for Tanous. He's got 12 in the game. It's a 13-point advantage for the Vikings.
I was just about to say this would be a great spot for Greencastle to keep the ball perhaps for the final 50 or so seconds, however much it was. And
don't say that, Jarrett.
And
we don't support that on this broadcast. I don't. Pass inside.
Well, they do get a shot here, but just try to finish out the quarter strong. You've trailed by 12 most of this third quarter, and right now it's at 11, but you want to finish this quarter strong. There's no doubt about it.
Timeout, Tiger Cubs. The 30-second timeout. We will stay here. My issue with that, Jarrett, is that this is a running joke with myself and Coach, is that I think that even having a full 30 or a full 45-second shot clock, something on there would help value offenses and build together in terms of what you need to do in a more timely manner. And on top of that, it gets you set up for the next level, should you be going there. But you're right, with no shot clock in play, it is smart to hold for one. Hold for one whenever you can. You see programs do it all the time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Piper Logistics. Piper Logistics was established in 2002 with the encouragement and financial support of a spirited customer who helped Greg and Tim develop their vision. If you need something transported or stored, contact Piper Logistics 317-395-1023. Also by the Morales Group, we can match you with the right career, hire the right candidate for your company. We do so much more than that. Let us help you today. Contact the Morales Group at 317-472-7600. Jimmy Cook alongside Jarrett Lewis. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. West Vigo basketball with an 11-point lead.
Another thing kind of going back to that point is
I thought you were going to start singing.
Well, they're playing a pretty good song. Everybody's getting into it.
Anyway.
But Adams might not be the guy that you want bringing up the basketball, and Tanous is a really good on-ball defender too. So I'm sure Adams is a great dribbler, but when you have a one-on-one with like that with Tanous, he's going to try and pick your pocket.
Three-pointer short for Kessler. Looking at Tanous. He'll pull up with 5 seconds. 3 on the way. No. 2 seconds. Loose ball. Put back at the buzzer. It's good. Ian Beaver. One of the smallest guys on the floor fighting for the board. He gets it and pulls the momentum back to the West Vigo Vikings going into the final frame. 38-25 advantage West Vigo over Greencastle. Final quarter up next on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Greencastle High School. Start of the fourth quarter. Jimmy Cook, along with me, Jarrett Lewis. 38-25, an advantage for the West Vigo Vikings. Early season basketball, nothing quite like it. You're going to see a little bit of rust, some sloppy basketball at times, but you've seen these teams and the game itself improve as the contest has gotten deeper and deeper.
Yeah, it's really been a struggle to score for Greencastle. They're going to come out with a little three-quarter court press.
Up the way, Hutchinson lays it up and in. They get a steal out of it. He's got 8.
Just something simple like that. You know, the defense of West Vigo has really picked up with their 2-3, and now you bring in a zone look, kind of a 1-3-1 now from Greencastle.
Battling inside, up and under move, stolen from behind, and it was last touched by the Vikings. Wyatt Easton tried to save it, then thought he could pull his hands back. He made contact with the basketball. Back to the Tiger Cubs.
A great job by Alexander. Came from the help side. He saw that Easton didn't know where he was, so he just kind of reached in there and picked it away.
Alexander, Adams in the corner. He's hit one from there already. That one's too strong, but Hutchinson clears it up, and it's 10 points now on the night for him.
It's a real good start to this fourth quarter for Greencastle. And Hutchinson in the top of this 1-3-1, just so lengthy, he's going to try to get some more turnovers.
Back within 9. Skip pass, Beaver.
You can see the Tiger Cubs jumping around just a lot.
Tanous trying to go baseline, finds Baylor, extra pass, maybe one too many. It's won by Easton, and he lays it up and in with some contact.
And the bad thing about trying to get risky with it and go after some passes and get some steals is if you miss, your opponent is right there to get the basketball and put it in easily.
It's a great point. Left side, 3 in the air is good. Cole Hutchinson knocks it down. He has 7 points here in the quarter, 13 on the game. Brought the Tiger Cubs back within 8.
He had 6 in the first 3 quarters, and now he has 7 in a minute and a half. Trying
There's
to go
another
for more.
steal. Up the way, Hutchinson thought he was fouled, didn't get the call, but following the shot is Alexander. He now has 4 points. This is a 6-point game, and the Vikings need a full timeout. 6:09 left to go in this fourth quarter. We got ourselves a good one on IndianaSRN.
.609 left to play in this fourth quarter. Greencastle not going away quietly. This fourth quarter is brought to you by Bertner Electric. They've been serving the Indianapolis area since 1986, family owned and operated. And they take pride in their customer service by putting their customers first. Fully licensed and insured, offering 24-hour emergency service. No job is too small. Give them a call today, 317-773-7663.
That is Jarrett Lewis. I'm Jimmy Cook. A 9-2 run to open this fourth quarter. And that switch to this zone look have brought the Tiger Cubs back into this ball game. Vikings with the basketball, looking to answer out of their full timeout. A high skip pass. They find Tanous. He looked like he was whacked on the arm. They say play on. And here come the Tiger Cubs. A chance to potentially make this a one-possession game. Adams goes to Alexander. The pace of this game has picked up emphatically since the Tiger Cubs switched to that zone look to open this fourth quarter. Adams thought about a 3. Trying to hop around. Great defense there by Baylor. Tiger Cubs will reset.
And that's been Adams' spot in that corner.
3 in the air for Rogers. It's an air ball, but following it was Wilson. He caught the defense napping, but he couldn't cash in. And the Vikings dodge a bullet.
Good recognition by Wilson. Just a tremendous athlete, and he's going to definitely want that one back.
Kessler leaves to Baylor. He'll try a 3. In and out. Rebound, though, won by Beaver. Pull up from the foul line is good by Wyatt Easton, but that shot doesn't happen without the 5'9 senior in Ian Beaver, and the Tiger Cubs cannot be happy with themselves, letting the little guy get free for that board.
He is the little guy, but he plays like a much bigger person, a forward or a center. He crashed that from the right wing.
Wilson, pump fake, pass inside, great find, and he's fouled from behind. I think that's going to be no shot. Hutchinson was fouled on the floor. They're going to say he got him from behind before the shot was taken. That's been clarified now.
Viking personal foul, number 4, Taylor Baylor.
I'm in agreement with that call. Looked like he got him from the backside before that shot was in the air.
Coach Rector with a little bit of an argument. But Hutchinson, how about the impact he's had in this fourth quarter? Talk about those 7 points. He had 6 in the first 3 combined.
Wilson nearly turns it over. He did. Went over and back with it. Tiger Cubs give it right back. They thought they had a 3-point play to try to make this a 4-point ball game. Instead, it's just a foul on the floor, and then a turnover gives it right back to West Vigo.
Wilson just indecisive on what to do with it.
It's tough when you go in the backcourt to get it. You got to commit to your plan of attack immediately.
And Tanous and the defense, they're just getting out there. They are well extended.
Skip pass. They find Tanous. He's in a bit of trouble. High pass. Wilson nearly stole it away. He thought he tipped it off of a West Vigo Viking. He'll stay on this end.
You're going to see a little bit more of that. Wilson starting to take some chances, especially if West Vigo throws the overhead pass. That's always such a dangerous pass.
It's very risky. You're giving the defender so much time with closing speed. Nearly a blocking foul there, and it will be a foul, not of a blocking variety, but a reach-in call or a loose ball foul, I beg your pardon, called on Tyler Rogers.
That was almost set up nicely for the Tiger Cubs. If they don't foul there, it looked like they were going to get that steal because Wilson affects the pass. And it's a hard pass to make, kind of trying to wrap around the guy. And then Tiger Cubs, they had some guys closing in, trying to steal it away, but just too much body contact.
Kessler, skip pass. There's nothing wrong with skip passes, but they have to be deliberate.
Yeah, they can't hang in the air too long.
Kicked ball. Stay with the Vikings. 3:43 left in this final quarter. If you're the Vikings, you don't necessarily have to take an open look. Really, it's just playing keep away. And that's tough at times, particularly earlier in the season with a young team, to try to master that. You have an open look from beyond the arc. Even if you're hitting them, you don't have to take it. You do have to get it across, though, and they do indeed.
Layups or free throws at this point.
Yep, it's the mentality you have to have. Pass inside. Wilson went behind the back to save it. Adams trying to get past Beaver. He's in trouble and has to burn a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:21 left in this ball game. West Vigo leads by 8 on IndianaSRN.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Welcome back. A look at the West Vigo huddle here at Greencastle. Jimmy Cook, along with me, Jarrett Lewis. 3:21 left in this final quarter. The Vikings lead it by 8. A very aggressive fourth quarter, though, for one Cole Hutchinson of Greencastle. Having a heck of a start to the quarter. Cooled down a little bit, but helped get them back in this ballgame.
He's bringing the energy. He's picking up the intensity, and he's not just scoring from down low. He's stepping out, and he's following through with that shot. Real confident looking one. And he's leading Greencastle in the scoring with 13. We're going to need a little bit more of that.
Alexander to Rogers. Hutchinson. Now Wilson. They're working around the horn. Again, no shot clock here in high school basketball, but you're down 3 possessions nearly. Clock isn't your enemy just yet, Jarrett, but you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Traditional man look here by the Vikings. Hadn't seen that in a minute. Wilson scores it. His first points of the quarter. He's got 8 on the night. 6-point game.
Yeah, we really haven't seen Wilson get any touches down low. He's a real strong guy for Greencastle.
Long 3 for the Vikings. Won't fall. And another steal. Here's Hutchinson to the rack. Lays it up and in. A finger roll. And it's a 4-point game with 2:20 to play. He's got 9 points in this quarter alone. 15 on the evening. And now the Tiger Cub faithful are into it. Hanging and scoring is Wyatt Easton.
Easton now all of a sudden with 13. He's got 6 in the quarter.
Alexander a long three. Off the mark. Got a good look. Might not have needed it, but he got a good look at it.
It was good, and it was quick, too. And Alexander looks confident in that shot.
Tiger Cubs wanted to carry her over the back. Martin flipping right side, sent back by Wilson. Knocked that back to Indianapolis.
And that's a shot you don't necessarily need. That'd be a good opportunity for a shot fake, and then you get Wilson up in the air because you know he's antsy to get up and get another block. He's had a couple.
Sometimes you forget that wingspan. I mean, it's tough. Nearly a turnover. It is no fouls called from the far side official. It'll be a loose ball foul. Surprisingly, and a downside for both these teams, nowhere near the bonus right now.
That's true. Nobody in foul trouble. Tanu's got 2 quick ones in the first quarter, but he still has just 3, and nobody has more than that. In fact, he may be the only one with 3.
No direct word on who that foul was on. Easton, high pass in the corner. It's a turnover. And that's just not the play you need there.
Easton is in a terrible spot, and then Greencastle brings a double team. So he has to throw that overhead pass, and good defense by Greencastle, making it awfully hard for West Vigo to advance the ball.
6-point game, less than 90 seconds to go. Wilson thought about a triple. Tell you what, if he can add that shot to his repertoire, Wilson down the lane, left it short. And here come the Vikings. All the way, Beaver. And one offensive foul. It's an offensive foul. The backside official hesitated. I didn't know if he was going to call it or not. Initially, it looked like a charge call, and he paused and solidified his decision. Offensive foul against the Vikings.
Would love to get another look at it. Here it is. This is Beaver. And taking that was Rogers.
It's tough. I think he got set just a tad late.
And kind of a delayed call, too. Those are always the worst. When you have to wait a second or two to figure out what the call's going to be. Indecisive, perhaps.
Tiger Cubs will let it roll up. 64 seconds to go in regulation. They're down 6. Adams forces inside to Wilson. Adams wanted it back. Wilson hangs and scores.
Wilson came from the three-point line, and he cut in as Adams started to drive. Nice recognition there by Wilson.
45 seconds left. Here come the Vikings. They're in a big hurry. They don't need to be, though.
Right, and Easton's lucky he didn't get called for steps. They're going to call a foul on Greencastle.
Now, it's not a terrible foul on the Tiger Cubs because, again, there's no shot clock, and you still have one more foul to give to then set up your subsequent foul, which would be 1-1.
Yeah, Greencastle still has 5 fouls. So they need 2 more to force a 1-and-1. So they're going to have to foul a little bit unless they get a turnover. That's the first thing you want to do is go after the ball, get a steal.
43.9 left in this final frame. This is a 30-second timeout to kind of restructure things and reset this game. West Vigo leads it 44-40, but they've led by as many as 16 in this one.
Greencastle got off to a really hot start in the fourth quarter. That's what's been able to keep them in this one. The defense picked up just like this, and we thought that they would take more chances, of course, because you don't mind if you don't get the steal, you can foul and stop the clock. But they've gotten a lot of turnovers. West Vigo made Greencastle turn the ball over early on in the ball game, and now Greencastle's kind of returned the favor here of late.
It is Viking basketball, though, underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, West Vigo's still in prime possession here because as long as you don't force anything, they're going to have to foul you.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush. Take as much time as you need to. You're exactly right, Jarrett. Make them come to you. They're going to have to start fouling.
Yeah, right now.
There you go. They'll foul Ethan Kessler. That was their last foul to give. Any foul the rest of the way will activate the bonus. Boy, if you're the Tiger Cubs, a steal here would help things in terms of that constant game of math of trying to extend this ball game. 32.1 on the clock. Kessler to inbound. Pressured by Alexander. They get it in. And they immediately wrap up.
I think Martin may have been the one that Greencastle wanted to foul. He's the one that got the basketball, and they were grabbing at him, but he got rid of it, it looked like.
Yeah, there was never a official push to try to make that foul.
Greencastle has kept Kessler quiet tonight. He had 19 points in their season opener against North Vermilion.
1-1 upcoming for him.
Kessler only has 3 all night, and it came in the first quarter.
Missed it. Rebound, tapped at. Last touch by the Vikings. Tiger Cubs got very lucky there. They missed that initial touch at the rebound, and the second chance was nearly stolen by West Vigo. So 26 seconds to go. Get a quick basket here.
You don't need a 3 either. You can get a quick 2, but whatever's there for you, take advantage of it.
You need to score, though, quickly. You can't afford to let the clock tick away. They'll go to Hutchinson. He's been the man this quarter. Alexander to get it around, running out of time. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Tiger Cubs after Tyler Rogers knocks down a 3. That's it. It's a terrible area for Bryce Rector to be because you let 13 seconds.
Full timeout.
Actually, take that back. Make it
16
seconds come off the clock before you finally get a shot attempt up. Again, I'm not saying you have to get a bad shot, but you need more initiative in your offense.
Yeah.
You call a timeout. Yeah. 3-pointers drained does not count.
It's just
and now you're
hard. It's a real hard spot to be in because
now your margin for error is gone. Like you have to have, if you want a legitimate shot, and I don't mean a half-court heave, I mean a legitimate chance to steal this or force overtime, you need to get a shot up in the next 2 to 3 seconds of game time.
And then because West Vigo, they don't have to inbound the ball quickly. Yeah. Well, Greencastle, how many timeouts?
Well, there's a couple of ways you can do that, right? So you can either use a timeout, or this is a strategy our varsity head coach utilized a lot. You can punch the ball, or you can get a delay of game warning. And a delay of game warning, you can do that one time throughout the game, twice as a technical, but that stops the clock. I don't know how many coaches actually know that or utilize it, but that's what you can do if you're out of timeouts.
Well, because Greencastle is out of timeouts. When they score, they have to score quickly.
You
West
score
Vigo
and you take a delay game.
West Vigo, is gonna just be casual with the basketball because they don't have to inbound it.
We're gonna find out if Coach Rector's aware of that rule if they get a shot up and score. High pass, Adams. Feed it inside to Hutchinson with 6. They got to get a shot up. Adams forces a 3. It's an air ball and unable to be tracked down. The Vikings are going to win this ball game. Well, give credit to the Tiger Cubs because this was a double-digit deficit at one point in time, and they did not go quietly.
They gave it the raw. They gave a nice second-half effort. The fourth quarter was tremendous for them.
Yeah, a tremendous fourth quarter in general is for pacing and across the board, able to get your action. But they will fall ultimately tonight, 44-40, the final, as the West Vigo Vikings get the job done.
To be down 38-25 to start the fourth quarter, too. I mean, you're down 13, and they got some really quick buckets from Cole Hutchison, who is going to end the night with 15 points. That leads the Greencastle scoring. Wilson was also in double figures with 10, but he really got things. He gave a nice kickstart to that fourth quarter, did Hutchison. He brought the energy. And, props to Coach Rector and his team fighting to the end. But ultimately, West Vigo, I think, just made fewer mistakes, and they got some really nice contribution from Tanous was looking tremendous through 3 quarters. But then you start to see different guys get involved like Easton and Martin and Beaver, who didn't necessarily score all the time, but they got some nice plays where they got some rebounds, they got steals, and just overall a great effort from West Vigo to start this season 2-0.
Well, coming up tomorrow on Indiana SRN, it's a full slate of games getting started at 6:30. the front end of a girl-boy doubleheader in basketball. Indian Creek will take on Greencastle. That at 6:30, followed by Indian Creek at Greencastle at 8 for the boys' varsity cap there. At 7 o'clock, girls basketball action at Guerin Catholic takes on Covenant Christian. And at 7:30, Covenant Christian will battle Cecina. Hamilton Heights will go at it with Guerin Catholic. Also, our radio broadcast, all those on web TV at IndianaSRN.org. Then, of course, the radio broadcast University High at Greenwood Christian. Go to IndianaSRN.org for all those updated times and to watch all those games. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN as well for all of your high school basketball coverage throughout the weekend. It has been a thrilling affair here from McAnally Arena in Greencastle. For our entire crew, for Nick doing a great job getting all the shots and angles we needed this evening, for James doing a phenomenal job behind the ones and twos, for my partner in crime tonight, the great Jared Lewis, I am Jimmy Cook. Get our final on this one, West Vigo 44, Greencastle 40. And until we talk to you tomorrow, so long, everybody.